recording?
We're rolling.
It's not
baby.
gonna happen.
Okay. Last time, after receiving false news of One Shoe's death and falling into a trap involving an exploding casket, you came face to face with Shuloth, the insidious creature that is assumedly behind the Drow activity 2 years ago, the capture of Ambrose, and the God's Bane as a whole. Shuloth left behind some baddies that you dispatched, one of which was some sort of beacon that calls the Horde of Helm to it. After escaping with Droop and company in tow, you did battle on the road with several Helmites on horseback, with Bjorn racking up 8 horse kills. Good job.
Horse puncher.
Droop then explained his position a bit more. As a wealthy agricultural mogul and land baron, he is staring down a future where his lands are ransacked and pillagers by followers of Helm turned by the God's Bane, now turned into a ravaging horde puppeted by Shuloth. He sees the leaders of the Sword Coast doing nothing and realizes that if he wants the scourge to end, he has to do it with himself, with a little help from some friends. He took you to one of the only cities, safe cities left on the Sword Coast, the jeweled undercity of Mirabar, home to the wealthiest dwarves in the world, and also home to the Axe of Mirabar, a standing army of thousands of veteran soldiers. You rode through the city above in ruin, also a result of Helm's followers being stricken with the God's Bane.
Not only in ruin, but also like on fire most of the time.
They turned on their fellow citizens, and that was the cause of that. While waiting for your undercity passes to be cleared, you witnessed one of the many factions of beings who wished to pillage a city in disrepair as 2 stone giants came crashing through the unprotected city walls. You dispatched them, however, no doubt gaining the attention of people in the city. Finally, making your way down into the mountain, Droop showed you to a shop in the market stack called the Bulwark, apparently a shop that he owns, and one that he is letting you use. He explained that if you are to take the fight to Shuloth and Helm's Horde, you are going to need some allies, some powerful allies, some of which he has made contact with already. And that's where we'll start. And we'll start... there seemed to be last time a little bit of confusion about some of the exposition and stuff, and that's completely realistic because there's been a lot of exposition dump over the past 2 games. So I wanted to take a moment in the beginning. If anyone has any kind of questions about the setting, the factions, the world, what's going on, I/Droop will try to explain it to you. If anyone has any questions about anything regarding the setting.
I think I understand everything.
I'm clear.
Okay.
Well, one thing I wonder is, does anybody want to give an out-of-character introduction of their character? I know that, obviously there are secrets and things about our characters that may not necessarily be revealed, but is there anything about someone's character that someone is, burning to, show off and gab about?
My character looks awesome.
What race are you, Brandon?
I am a half-elf.
What race is Dylan?
Elf.
Full elf.
Ricky's human.
Full asshole.
Human
I'm
still, I should say. Ricky is still human.
We are human.
Well, wait, are we human or are we dancer?
Human. Human.
Let me think.
As many secrets, but you will have to find them out for yourself.
As does Dove.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I have the most secrets, so.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, but Ricky wears his heart on his sleeve, so it's not like a big secret.
Yeah.
But is it a secret that he wears his heart on his sleeve? All right, it seems as though there's nothing that anybody.
Well, no, I guess if I'm just thinking aloud, where would the elves, the elf? I don't know much about elves. Do they live in groups that are just completely devoid of all this chaos?
I mean,
this is like an Eastern man's problem. I mean, a Western man's problem.
Western man.
Well, generally speaking, they usually prefer uncivilized areas, but there's obviously exceptions.
Yeah.
Well, I was just assumed that Helm fell. I assume the other gods.
As a rule of thumb, they tend to be. Oh, what was that?
If Helm fell, is it that's just the next god, or is it all the gods are gone? And that chaos ensued.
That's actually a very good question.
It seems as though Ogma and Helm are the only 2 of which their followers have been afflicted by these problems. The thing is, obvious. So this depends on setting and how DM runs it. But I guess I'd say in my setting, the gods don't they're not usually talking to people. So it's hard to know if they're gone, if they even existed. Like it's kind of because they're super omnipresent and kind of aloof. That it's hard to tell if they're actually anyone is gone or is this just affecting them. But the followers of these two gods have been severely affected.
Would it be fair to say that gods in this world exist in the same sense that they do in the real world? I'm putting air quotes around that. My webcam might not be able to capture it. But
Sure.
in the sense that like people will say, oh yeah, he spoke to me, and other people will say like, I don't believe in God, but there might be a God, there might not. No one can really prove it either way.
Right, pretty much. I'd say there's more evidence to say that there are gods just because like clerics exist,
Right. Yeah.
and
And magic.
Yeah, well, so magic is kind of divorced. At
Okay,
least
when I say magic, I'm including, fate.
Ghosts.
Yeah,
as well.
divine magic and stuff.
Well, Booch
Yeah.
is going to say is that magic and the gods were married, then they got a divorce, but that doesn't mean that either of us love us any less.
That's actually
It's
kind
not
of what
your
happened
fault
during the
either.
snow plague.
Oh.
But there is time like in the aeons past, there were times talked about that the gods walked the planet and conversed with mortals directly.
Let's
But
talk about Dark Souls lore.
so long ago that it's hard to tell if it's true or not. But yeah, so the members of the pantheon do not seem to have been afflicted as of yet by the god's bane.
Thank goodness, right?
This is fucking disgusting.
Well, now I'm like all mic'd up for my burps. So like, these are, like
Now I can burp and you can hear it.
So
I'm bringing up
Boy,
my
I
wand
like
of wonder
this.
because I know I'm going to need that.
any other questions regarding the setting or?
not right now. Not about our current sitch.
Yeah,
And Droop
I'm
will
good.
definitely, as you're in the bulwark at night, and Droop's breaking out the whiskey, so he's also available for questions about the world at large or anything like that.
The Bulwark was the tavern that we were at when we heard the commotion, and then we went out to like to fight, right?
Nope.
No? Where's the
bulwark?
No.
Is the
That happened above ground.
Yeah, the weapon shop underground.
Oh, right. Yes. Okay.
The
Droop
bottom
has said
picture.
that this is yours to use as you will. Apparently, he owns it. But it's basically filled. It looks like it was once an arms and armor shop that has kind of gone into disrepair. With the arms and armor are kind of dusty and old.
Can I look around for some studded leather armor?
Sure. Make an investigation check.
Right. I would love to.
Bum 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 bum.
How do we get my
bum,
thing up?
Bum bum bum.
I can't hear the music if you're playing music.
I also
Damn.
can't hear the music if you're playing music.
Really?
You probably have to refresh.
Oh no, I just turned it up and I can hear it.
Oh, okay.
How do I turn it up?
started again.
That used to happen to me all the time.
11. Yes, you do find a piece of studded leather armor in the
Yay!
back room. It's
It's only
dusty.
one piece though.
Yeah, it's just a small piece of it. It's in some disrepair, but I think you could clean it up probably and
Okay.
make it usable.
I asked Droop if I can have it or buy it.
He says it's yours. This shop is yours.
I looked through the rooms. What are we dealing with? One big room, or it's got a couple little rooms off it?
Hey,
So
is
the
this
front-
sorry.
The front storeroom is basically what you see there, and with all the arms and armor hanging. There's a forge in the back that seems highly disused. It would have to be kind of repaired to some degree if the forge was to be used. And then there's a small office off of the forge with a desk and some shelves, but there's nothing in them. It seems like whoever used to own this place is taken everything with them. That's about it. It's a small-ish shop.
Is this the Hobbit theme?
It was, yeah.
Okay. This-
You can see what's playing if you go to the music tab. You can see the name.
Oh, I can turn up the music. Haha!
This shop is ours. What do you mean? What does he mean?
He'll say,
It's like-
to be a citizen of the Mirabar and Undercity, you have to, and if you're not a dwarf, you have to own a business. So I had to buy one, and this is the one that I bought. He says, if we are going to be working together, then what's mine is yours to a certain degree.
I
guess
steeple
that's
my
a fixer
fingers and
upper.
kind of give him an excited finger drumming.
I say, okay, well, I guess you don't mind if I use these things, and I grab a bunch of tools, and I'm gonna go and fucking fix up my construct,
Oh, okay, sure.
which I'm assuming probably can't go into buildings for the most part, so it's probably like saddled up outside. I don't know how we can do that, but
It's probably small enough to get through, like
Yeah.
if I'm thinking of a small Vespa, yeah, you can get it through a door.
okay, cool. All right, yeah,
What stat
but
block are you using for it? It's like an ankylosaur or something?
Allosaurus.
Allosaurus.
Nalosaurus, which
Which
is
they are giant, like they're giant beasts, like they're big. Yeah, I'm gonna fix that up, and
everyone's just idling inside the
And,
store
like,
now.
That is loud and awful.
Master Droop, are there any other shops around that sell items of curious origin or things that look like this? And I sort of pull at my shirt, my jacket.
Breasts. Reveal your breasts.
He says, "My
We
lady."
know you
please."
love to grab your breasts.
He says that the in the market stack here there are a number of stores, and a lot of them are very old, so they probably have something, one thing or another. He will say, there are, so he'll just kind of give you the rundown. In the market stack, you have Meditu's armaments, you have Morden's stockpile, and
Hold up.
Who's
Meditu's
blade?
armaments.
Yep.
Whose stockpile?
Moradin's stockpile. And Isum's blades. And he'll say the stockpile is full of very old, very well-meaning dwarves, and he points to Brina. I wouldn't go in there if I were you.
All right.
The dwarves of the older, more conservative dwarves of Mirabar don't take kindly to gnomes.
Why not?
They find them cunning, scandalous, liars, cheats.
I look her up and down and I'm like, but they like a good Ricky. I'm like, okay.
Humans they're more or less indifferent about. Elves they're fine with, but not too kindly to gnomes.
I want to
I
take
had to figure that
Brina-
out the hard way. What'd you say?
I want to take Brina aside and show her my Mace of Disruption and ask
Oh, is
her
that what
to.
you call it?
It's my old Mace of Disruption.
I pull
wanna
out my
show-
mace of disruption from behind my trench coat.
Oh god, you guys!
She rolls a 9 and an 11 for damage.
I want to ask her
Roll for
to
initiative.
appraise it for me.
Okay.
You wanna
What she thinks
appraise
it's worth and what she thinks I could sell it for.
Roll a intelligence check, Pete.
Okay.
Try to find my Dungeon Master guide.
I have it open if you need me to flip to a certain page.
Yeah, I got it. Just gotta lift a lot of books. What'd you get?
A 10.
Smart,
And
but not
what is
smart.
the item rarity of the Mace of Disruption?
I think it's uncommon. I could be wrong. It is.
It's rare.
It's rare. Okay.
Yeah.
With a 10, I mean, it's hard to tell. It's really, I mean, much like any New World economics, anything's worth what anybody will pay for it.
All right.
It's you think that this particular item could go anywhere from 10 grand to 500 if you're being swindled.
Wow.
Oh, baby.
Which place did you say they don't like gnomes?
Morden's
Everywhere.
stockpile.
He says that basically most of the older, more conservative gnome dwarves of the city
Oh, I see.
don't. It's a pervasive attitude.
Okay. Can I go to the armaments place and try to sell my mace?
Yeah, you can certainly try. He will continue on. He'll say those are the armors and armaments stores. He says there's ours, which isn't really open. And he will say there is, and he'll actually point this out. Dove, you would have already known this, but he'll particularly point this out for Bjorn and Brina. He says, strictly speaking, magic is not allowed in the Mirabar and Undercity. He says, unless you're a member of the Koruzak clan, there's not much of... Yeah, he says there's much of a chance that you'll be thrown into the endless paths if you start throwing fireballs around.
Okay, noted.
He says, but there is a clan, a very old clan in Mirabar, the Karuzak clan, and they are some of the only noted magic users of import in the city. They do sell items, they sell things, and they provide magical services if you can get their ear. And he says, and I do have their ear. And he says, in fact, there's a number of contacts that I've made. If we want to make a move against Helm's Horde, if we want to actually go to the Hold, or if we want to fight against Shulath face to face, we're going to need friends, and we're going to need reinforcements. And she, he says, Azian Korazak is one of the contacts that I've made. She's the elderly matron of the Korazak clan, and she seems that she wants more political power in the city. Specifically, she wants to be placed on the council, and she thinks she has a way that she can do that. She's willing to offer help in the form of magic items and mages themselves if we do happen to go to battle. So she would be someone to talk to if we want that kind of help. If you're going there one way or the other.
My ears perk up, but what was her name again?
Azian
Korazak. You know what's funny is I wrote down Azian, but like my dumb brain read it as Azin.
Yeah.
Korazak.
He'll say that their house is in the homeway to the east of the city, the west of the city rather. And then he says, oh right, and when you see the bird, say someone prettier than me.
Okay.
Well, that's impossible. Gorgeous.
I chuckle to myself.
He says another contact that I've made, one that can provide help to us, is Caleb Jazak. Caleb Jazak is the youngest member of the Council of Sparkling Stones, and he's a bit of a controversial one. Many on the council and around the city see his lineage as weak and undeserving, and he is seeking to increase his wealth and power. And apparently he wants to make a move on the Sons of the Hewn Forge. He believes they are corrupted by Shulath and the Drow. But he wants to keep that on the DL, as these types of political moves are made best when not many people hear them. But he's willing
he thinks they're corrupted by who?
Shulath
right.
and the Drow. And he says he is offered to meet with you to discuss something that he may need.
Is there any weight to that claim that he just thinks that they're being influenced by Shulath?
He said he would not talk to anyone but the strike team that I would send.
Ha!
Strike team?
That's quite a lofty title for us, Master Gaffes.
I agree. And he says, finally, the last contact that I've made in the city is a odd creature named Drasic. He has been...
Okay, sorry, go on.
He says, an odd creature. He's been buying out thieves guilds throughout the Sword Coast and amassing power. He detests the Zentarim and their way of doing business. Seemingly, he's on some kind of personal vendetta and wishes to strike against them and steal some kind of new technology the Zents have been developing. He also said that he would meet with anyone I sent, specifically with Hugh and Mune, who are also in the shop with you.
Do I know anything about Drasic? Is that a thief, a master thief?
Never heard that name in your life.
All right, I'm like, okay.
He says he is their boss. Both you and Mune. So they will take you to him if you want to see him. Besides that, if you can think of any personal friends or organizations that could be helpful, I am all ears.
I don't suppose that excuse me, I know anybody in the city that I would have befriended or allied myself with.
No one very powerful.
That's
No.
weird.
But he's kind of more. He more means like anyone in the world, kind of that.
Lord Gaffiz, will Hugh and Mune be traveling with us, or will they be staying here to protect you?
They'll be staying here. They will guide you to Drasic should you wish to talk to it, and they will stay within the city. They're under his orders, and apparently his orders are for them to be with me.
I glance at the two of them and then glance back at him. And do you? I don't suppose you have any magical curiosities here, would you? Any wands or rods or potions or enchanted items?
You're asking Droop this?
Yes. No, I'm asking Mr. Gaffiz.
Oh, okay. He says, not that I know of.
That laugh is allowed in character.
He says, I've checked the store. It's not a very big store. There's not much to check.
All right, and I'm like, so as I see it, it sounds like we gotta put a cork in. What's your name, Brandon?
Dove.
As you seem to go off like a little fucking dynamite, losing all that hair. Don't want to shock any of the locals.
I rub the top of my head and say, oh, well, it always comes back. Just sometimes I don't know my own strengths. And I sort of shrug to the rest of the party there.
And Droop will say, at least it's come back thus far.
And I'm like, well, if you feel like coming, let us know and we'll put you behind the alley so you can burn off your
Are you
magic.
addressing me in saying
Yeah.
that? Okay. I turn to Mr. Gaffiz and then turn back to the party and say, I figured that it was in my contract to stay with them, Mr. Gaffiz, or should I stay with you?
I think it's best that you go with them now, Dove. You are a talented young man, and you will become more talented.
You needn't tell me that.
Well, he says, then it is my orders to go with them.
As you wish, Lord Gaffiz.
And I go, come along, Dove. And I tap my knee.
I go,
Oh, sorry. No, you go. Go.
Ricky. Ricky.
He said, and I quote,
Yeah, I walk back and I'm like, come on, Taurus, you're blowing it.
Where's one shoe?
Great question. Brina, want to settle this? And I go fucking walk into the office and lay down.
I don't know, but it appears that he might not be dead. I've got a lot of questions, guys. Also, if one shoe isn't dead, I need to find him. I need to talk to him pretty badly. And
I stick my head out and I'm like, once he's not dead, he's got to get in this fucking troop. Spray some magic spells like he said. I'm like, no, lift caverns.
Troop? What do you mean?
And I wave my hand across. I'm like, this troop? The troop? Did this not come up?
So that's what you call yourselves?
Well, clearly we're the Droop Strike Force. That's.
I do like
lost
Strike Force. It's not so bad.
Strike Force.
Strike Force Droop.
Yeah, feels like it's Strike Force Droop.
So, Ricky, I definitely think this was out of character that we talked about it, but I'm gonna say, Ricky, weren't you needing a bow? Recently?
Could use a bow.
You should probably have a look around.
Couldn't
There's
hurt.
probably a bow like right behind me.
Well, you see, I left my wallet at the monastery, and then
it's all free.
one shoe blew up. So, Oh, okay. So I walk into one room and you hear a lot of banging. Can I find a...
Roll an investigation check.
All right.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff is in crates, not out to be sold anymore.
What do we got here?
Actually.
Where's investigation? What the fuck is investigation?
You do look pretty thoroughly through, and you cannot find any bow. It bows. It does not seem that this place were Fletchers or bowscrafters.
All right. So I come out and I'm like, doesn't look like any bows here, boss.
Those
Droop will say
dwarves
you
hate
can definitely find some. at Meditu's or Moradin's.
I turn to Droop. Mr. Droop, could you tell me, do you know anything about the current state of, and this is a silly question because I don't know how far anything is in this world, but how if anything's happened in the region where Mastika is, and if anything about the Godsbane has been kind of whispering over there.
He says, "My fine lady Mastika is so far away that, and I've not really been intelligent and long enough to to have any word on places that far and that exotic."
Why are you curious about the, I think it's an island, right?
Yeah.
Why are you curious about the island of Maztika, lady?
It's where my
lady.
It's where
My
my kids
lady.
are.
Sorry, Pete, I didn't hear that. Say it again.
So it's where my kids are.
Ah, I see.
Luke.
Do I know anything about Maztika and
Alton.
the spread of the Godbane?
No, I mean, you Mastika is like, it's the scary jungle that nobody knows anything about, you know.
Okay.
It's so far away. It's on the other side of the world, and you know, airplanes don't exist, so it's kind of to go there is so exotic and so out there that, you know, people don't know what goes on there at all, really. But Droop will say, "Oh, well, if your children are there, then that is of concern." He says, I can arrange for a letter to be sent, perhaps, to wherever your children are."
Yes, please do. And I'll get, at some point I'm going to give him like the address.
Very good. He says, "I do have contacts in the docks in Luskin that can, I believe they go out that way, maybe once a year."
I
Great.
lean into Mr. Gaffes and say, not necessarily, not that I'm trying to keep it from anyone, but sort of under my breath say, Master, there's also the matter of the ravens that I can contact.
The Ravens?
Out of character, you remember I said that the bounty hunting group that I used like ravens to send message.
Oh, right, yeah. What did you say again?
I said there's also the matter of the ravens that I can use to communicate. I may be able to contact Maztika from here.
He says, "I don't think any raven can fly that far over the ocean."
Well, to be honest, I'm not exactly sure where Maztika is, but I'll take your word for it.
Okay. Yeah, just so you know, it's like...
No,
there's like
I know where it is.
Yeah. It's like, it'd be like Australia from where we are now. It's crazy. But it's like all ocean. It's where Wade's is from.
I'm aware.
Yeah.
But he will, he says, "I will arrange that immediately." And he actually takes out like a little booklet, and he's like, opens it up, he like puts on glasses and starts, you know, writing down a note. Yeah, so he'll slam down his glass of whiskey and he says, "So you may rest here, you may do what you need to do." He says, "Mirabar is a city that never sleeps. They work whenever they need to and sleep when they need to. So you're bound to find any place open at pretty much any hour." There is
Maybe this is a
no
better.
sunlight.
Maybe this question is better suited out of character, but I'll try to say it in character. I'm quite tired. It is the middle of the night. Yes, when we were disturbed from our slumber, perhaps we'd be best suited to get a good night's sleep and do some of our fact finding in the morning. What say you, lads? And then I pause and then turn and look at Brina and say, "Oh, and lady."
I'm already snoring on the table where I was sitting.
Elves. Why elves don't need to sleep?
But this one wants to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
feeling it.
Yeah. I'm going to finish up my work on my bike and get ready. Probably. I'm gonna go and sit down wherever the whiskey is, and I'm gonna pour myself a drink and just sit there and kind of think. I'm contemplating.
So I'm gonna look in the old forge, and I'm gonna ask Tor. I say, Taurus, you know your way around a forge, right? You're a dwarf.
Hey,
Yeah, let me get this puppy going, huh? Get a little magic forge going. set up a little shop, say goodbye to the world above, and open a little store.
That's what I'm trying to do. I want the spell forge.
Well, look what we got here, and I give it a knock.
So basically, the forge is this large, like, barrel, almost like iron barrel that kind of comes out of the wall with another, like, kind of tube-like protrusion coming from the wall down right over it. So there's probably about 2 feet of space in between the two, between the actual cauldron and the overhead.
Yeah. So I'm like, if we get this thing running, you think you can build some stuff?
Yeah.
I always assumed you were lying about being able to do it. So who knows?
Oh, yeah?
Surprise me.
I can't make any magic items though.
Oh, I don't want a magic item.
What
I
do
want some kick-ass boots, some nice
Like
gloves.
a metal boot.
A simple man needs simply amazing weapons.
I can do that, but aren't we? We're kind of pressured for time.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, sure. Later. Yeah.
And you,
No,
Torres,
I mean,
you look over the forge and you think that it would take probably a couple weeks with if you had the right metal patching equipment. There's just like pieces that are rotted out or like rusted away kind of, but you think that you could just patch that and patch the inside of the caldera.
oh, it's a piece of shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this piece of shit.
You think that it would take like a week or two to fix it up real good.
I'm like, yeah,
besides that,
spit
it's-
shine.
looks
Just
like
so I can plug this big fiery hole. Like, bam. That'd be bad.
Yeah,
gonna
Ricky.
grab a-
One, we'd have to fix a piece of shit. Then two, it would take. Okay. It would take a couple days to get it hot enough,
Ugh.
and then
Yeah.
take a couple weeks to hammer some shit out, man.
You'd always push around Dove in there. I'm sure you'd fucking light it up.
Wow.
I beg your
Yeah.
pardon.
Oh, nothing. Sorry. You just those little meteors you got. I'm sure I could heat this thing up.
Well, they're not used for igniting a forge. I can tell you that much.
Oh, they're used for kissing my ass.
Oh. All right.
Would
Well,
you
I
care to
don't give a
repeat that,
shit.
Master Dwarf?
What are they used for? Kissing my ass?
And why would that be what they're used for?
Here's a question.
I reiterate mine.
It's a very simple question, though.
Why would
Can
that
you
be what
kiss
they're
his
used
ass
for?
with them?
Yeah, it's a question. I'm curious if that's what they're used for. Because you said they're not used for lighting stuff on fire.
I smile wryly and say, and I'm curious if you're so unintelligent as to think that I would spend my magic to kiss your ass.
I mean, it'd be more worth your time
Bazing.
More worth my time than what?
using it on the enemy.
Would you care
Well, this
to?
is great.
Would you care to put some money where your mouth is?
You're throwing little zap balls. There's only been one good mage, and that was one shoe, okay?
And would you like to see me in an arena of gladiatorial combat to prove that?
Guys, may I remind you, endless caverns of endlessness for magic use.
I mean, I'm fine, Ricky. I don't have no magic use
Oh,
available
God.
to me.
Well, and I'm like kind of nervous that Dove's gonna fucking explode, and I'm like, well, maybe Dove doesn't wanna. We could use Dove more and out of an endless cavern.
So what are these endless caverns we're talking about?
I still
I
have my
assume it's a
eyes
pit you
trained.
never.
I
never
still have my
stop
eyes
falling.
trained on Taurus and say, well, hold. The dwarf has not said whether or not he'd like to.
Of
to
course
put
he
money where
wants
his mouth
to.
is. He's
Oh.
insulted my magic, and I believe I have every right to prove my worth.
Magic is an insult to itself.
Well, then you would have no problem forking over 100 gold and meeting me in gladiatorial combat, and we can see if magic is an insult to itself or if you are.
Sure.
Okay, when and where?
Wait, guys, I need 100 gold.
I don't know. You get something. Get my manager to set this up. I'm not.
And who's your manager?
I fucking step right in, do a big handshake, and I'm like,
I push Ricky aside and still looking at Taurus and say, no, but who's your manager?
You just push them aside.
I'm in.
I turn to
You
Ricky
never
and
seen a
say, all
manager?
right, then, give me my 100 gold. Or would you prefer to see me light your what's the word I'm looking for? Your
Forge?
client on fire?
Well, that'd be bad for business.
You're right, it would. So would you like to just give me the 100 gold now?
Well, you see, I left my wallet at the monastery. And I do a little pat, and I'm like, we'll have to come back to this, obviously.
Great.
And I
As soon
fucking
as we
nervously
leave
shuffle out of the room.
Why do we need
as
an
soon as we
arena?
leave town
Let's-
and magic is allowed,
No,
we
let's
can,
throw
we can
down
send
right here.
I interrupt and say that's not how wagers work.
So you're still over by the whiskey in the,
Yeah.
in the front office.
Okay.
Ricky, you got me on this, right? Magic sucks.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not great.
Well, then, as soon as we leave the town,
Honestly.
Master Dwarf, you can prove that to me.
Why wait? We got a closed-in place right here. There's no windows.
No.
You see, the power of my magic is too explosive, and I fear that I would damage Master Gaff's wares here if I were to injure you here.
He said the words don't matter or anything.
All right, I turn to Mr. Gaff's.
He's not in the room. You're in the back in the forge area. He's actually up front, and he will sit right next to you, Brina, and pour himself a drink.
Great.
Well, all the same, Master Dwarf, the magic is forbidden in the Undercity, so in the interest of not arising extra
You're afraid of
suspicions
some
to our-
rules? You ain't afraid of murder, apparently.
Oh, I've said nothing of murder. I've only spoken of a friendly wrestling, if you will.
Oh, friendly wrestling with no magic?
Well, you were the one who insulted the magic, so I believe the magic is on the table, is it not?
Yeah, but you can't wrestle with magic.
It says you.
All right,
Yeah,
let's
it just
do a
said that, I
shirtless
guess.
wrestling match.
Master Taurus, you are new to this city and you don't understand our customs, but the use of magic is strictly forbidden.
You're not a dwarf.
You're right, and you're not a member of this city.
Doesn't matter.
Well, then why don't you go ahead and use some magic and see where it
when
gets
you're
you?
here, you're
I'm not
family.
capable of using magic.
Oh, why is that? Is it that you're too unintelligent for it? Oh,
No,
geez,
I don't
I
care
forgot
about
that
it all.
dwarves are naturally unintelligent. Oh, excuse me. Did I say that out loud?
God,
That was
dude.
Oh,
an
wow.
internal thought.
Fucking inbred elves over here.
I beg your pardon, dwarf.
I said inbred elves.
I am not an elf.
You're half an elf.
Correct. What point are you trying to make?
I'm just elves suck.
Is Bjorn
We're
there?
all just like,
I mean, I don't have anything else to say other than that elves suck.
I actually left and I'm walking around the town.
Okay.
like, yeah.
It's-
Yeah, so you go out, and like Droop says, the city is not sleeping. You can still hear hammers off in the distance, and you notice that even here in the market stack, which is kind of a lower rent part of the city, all of the streets are lined with rubies. And instead of like street lanterns, there's just giant gems on top of cauldrons of fire that kind of let off this reflected light all throughout the streets.
Okay. Can I head to the armament place?
Sure. You go. So there's a couple different ones. Which one would you like to go to?
Well, you said it was like someone's armaments.
Yes, Maditu's armaments.
Can I head there?
Sure.
No, against the rules.
So you actually okay. So this is the situation with the market stack. There's actually 3 levels of basically like plazas where all these shops on, and in the center, right down the middle of all of them, is this giant elevator that actually goes down and stops on each floor.
Mhm.
You're on the 3rd floor of the market stack in the very bottom. So you travel up, and there's this guarded off large circle, much like the one that you came in with the large axe made of gems in the center of it. And there's a couple of Mirabar guards there, and they open up this large gate and let you on with a couple other people. They close it, and you begin rising up to the 2nd level, and then up to the 1st level, which is where Maditu's armaments is.
All right.
And it's right opposite this place that smells really good. It smells like really good food.
Good.
What
But,
kind of food are we talking? Like fried food, like burgers?
Smells like roasted animals and vegetables.
Oh no, not animals.
Are you a vegetarian?
I'm gonna have to give them a stern talking to.
So are you like a vegetarian?
I
Like
don't
a
give a shit.
vegetarian?
No.
Okay. I
eat
didn't know
animals.
how hippie-ish you wanted to take the druids.
That's
People,
so
people kind of
good.
play it on a spectrum.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
like a tree hugger type druid.
All right.
Very aware of the circle of life and the food chain and stuff like that. So I don't care. But
Like, what about a barbecue?
The circle of barbecue.
As long as the sauce is good.
Yeah, damn straight. Okay.
So can I go in this door?
Yeah, so you walk up to across from the good smelling place. There's a this building built into the wall. It has a yellow awning of silk and denim. And you walk inside, and there is a yellow and black tile pattern covering the whole floor. Excuse me. And we'll get back to that in a second, because Droop, as he pours out a drink and sits next to Brina. And he says, "Cheers," and he'll hold up his drink.
Okay, cheers.
Says, "I think we both know about double lives, having the world look at you one way, and knowing what you really are instead." Says, "To the world, I am a gnome, and a genius agricultural mogul. But I know what I really am. I'm a stunted little goblin that got very, very lucky." He says, "And to the world, you are a gnome and a genius alchemical mogul. But what are you really? A mother, a wife, a widow, an inventor? Or did you just get very, very lucky?" And
Okay, cheers again.
Fuck.
he says, "There are ways that this city looks at people, and they don't look at gnomes very with any respect." He says, "For us to walk around both independently wealthy, independently intelligent gnomes, I think it would be more of a problem if we were seen as a couple, whether it be in a relationship or in a business partnership."
What are you trying to say, Drew?
He says, for as much the Mirabarans are racist and insensitive, there is one thing that they care about more than anything, and that's money. And if they see us as a pair of gnomes that have a lot of money, we'll be taken a lot more seriously.
Say, you think there's a market for Swift Step in Mirabar?
So something that genius, I think there's a market for anywhere in the world.
Okay. Well, as long as it's hey, so I'm like super confused. I look super confused and like, so posing as
Says-
together.
Posing us together.
No, so no touching. no
No
tickling.
butt stuff, right?
No,
yeah.
no, I know what I am, and I'm not
Okay.
trying any of that. He says,
I'll do
"I'm
anything
thinking,
for love, but I won't do that.
he says, I'm thinking of Gaffis and Nobbimpton Incorporated. Is what I'm thinking.
Look at it like, Mr. Droop, I'm sorry to cut you off from this whole thing, but I don't even know what I'm doing, like what I'm gonna be doing here.
helping us.
Neverwinter's
You're
a
helping us.
mess.
Yeah, and it's going to stay that way unless we do something about it."
Okay. Wait, so what did he say the company was gonna be?
He said he's like kind of throwing around ideas. I'm not thinking about sex. I'm thinking about Gaffis and Nobbimpton Incorporated.
Okay. I say, okay, let's do it, and I raise my glass.
Cheers.
I come in and I'm like, "What are you lovebirds doing in here?"
And he'll wink to you, Brina, with his one wonky eye.
It's like,
He winks at you with his bad eye. Not the good one, the bad one.
He blinks twice. Blinks with each eye.
Say, just having a whiskey drink. Also, I'm gonna say like, I'm pretty like very intoxicated.
Yeah. And I'm like, well, my boy and your boy are about to kill each other in the back. If we can just stop that.
Whose boy?
Oh, you know, Taurus. And,
Oh, you know.
You'll hear Droop yell out with an authority like you haven't heard before. Dove!
yes, my lord.
Should we cut back to Taurus and I?
Yeah.
You guys are like.
So yeah, we're like arguing
exploding.
and like pointing at each other, and you know, at whatever point I hear him shout "Dove," I keep my eyes locked on Taurus and reply back with a loud shout, "Aye, me lord."
Get in here!
I
Aye,
guess
me
gotta
lord.
go, baby boy.
I keep looking at Taurus, and I'm gonna cast a suggestion, and I'm gonna use my last sorcery point to make it
Fuck.
subtle spell, so he doesn't know that I'm casting a spell. Wisdom save, Marley.
Okay.
Whoa, are you gonna tell him to walk off the cliff?
You can't do that.
A tie goes to the saver, or do you have to beat the DC?
I mean, tell him to
Tiger's
kill
the
himself.
defender.
Okay, so you save against the spell. Nothing happens.
Okay.
Wait, you're gonna ask him to burn himself to
No, I
death?
was gonna ask
you
him to walk
can't do
out.
that.
I was gonna ask him to walk out and say that magic is all powerful and that swords suck, basically. But yeah, okay.
The
So
most
So-
petty use of a sorcery point. Roll
Literally the
roll to
best.
see if magic
oh
surge
fuck,
happens.
that's right.
Oh, great! Now you get to blow him up with a fireball.
I rolled a 15. We're good. I smile to myself and nod and say to be continued, and then walk out to wherever Gaff is yelling at me from.
Okay. You see him sitting across the shop, right next to Brina, with a glass of whiskey in his hand, and doesn't take much for him to get drunk because he's already a little sloshy. He just looks at you and says, "Stop acting like a 19-year-old." And he'll go back to Brina and says, "Anyway, dog."
Hang on,
continue this
can you
conversation.
say that again? Like, do exactly what you did and then turn to Brino with the same
Stop
reaction.
acting like a 19-year-old.
Well, I mean, he said that the magic is not powerful. He claimed that I was not helpful.
I pat on my knee and I'm like, come grab a drink.
All I wish to
So-
do is prove my use to the dwarf.
You can just
All right.
like hear towards being.
So, Beorn, you are inside this place with the black tile covering the floors and ceilings, and behind the counter is a female dwarf that seems to be doing some kind of ledger work, some kind of paperwork. Doesn't notice you come in.
I say hello.
Oh, sorry. Can I help you?
Yes. Do I have to
Yeah,
roleplay
yes.
this, or can I just like say what I want to do?
Well, what
Do whatever you want, my friend.
what do you want to do?
I want to try to sell my mace.
Okay. She
fuck
says, I'll be up front with you. I will purchase any item for 1/3 their value, no questions asked.
For what value?
1/3.
Going to the bathroom, I'll be right back.
I say okay.
So you want to show her the mace?
Yeah.
Show her your mace.
So
Yeah.
she,
Show her my mace.
Roll for initiative.
she does. She says that her name is Rala Blackmane, and she looks young. And she'll kind of get like over. She's like looking at it and like going through books and stuff, trying to find like a good price for it.
Okay.
She kind of talks a lot, and she's like, "Well, you know, I'm doing business here, and those fuckers over at Morden's stockpile are just complete assholes. Complete assholes." And he says, "You should go over to check out Isum. Everyone gives him a hard time because he's a half dwarf, but he has some of the best blades I've ever seen. He's a master craftsman."
So how much is the mace worth?
Yeah.
He says, "All right." She says, "I'll give you 1,000 gold for it."
Say, I think for a minute and I say, all right, done.
Very good. And she'll reach out for a handshake.
Well, there you go.
I will shake her hand.
All right, and she'll write up
Good
like a receipt, like an invoice. She says, sorry, just looking at my notes. She says, if you like swords, I got a couple of special ones, or hand crossbows, but maybe nothing for you. You look a little... you don't look like you're a warrior, is what I'm saying.
I say,
No offense.
I say, come to think of it, do you know where I might be able to purchase a longbow of exceptional quality?
She says, I have longbows. To what quality they are is up to the purchaser.
Okay, I'll take a look.
Okay. And she does have a couple longbows that look really nice. But they're not magical.
You said they're not magic?
Yeah, non-magical.
Okay.
You want to buy one?
We'll thank her, and I'll go back to the bulwark.
Okay, you get onto the elevator. It rides down 2 stories.
Did you take it out of my inventory?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I can do that.
But you bought a longbow or you didn't?
No.
Oh.
I sold a mace.
So with the coin, and actually, she will say to you after handing you the 1,000 gold. Well, actually, she'll ask you before you go. She says, "Would you like this in gold or banknotes?"
Gold, please.
She says, "All right." And she says, "Gets a mite tiring carrying all this around." She says, "Go to the bank and change it in." And as she's handing over the gold.
Oh, fuck.
Say,
Wow, what an engaging...
You're done, Bjorn. You're done. Do the thing. So yeah, everyone back at the bulwark. Droop is like, by the end, he's like, as he's talking to you, Brina, he's like, and who knows, maybe the incorporation can stick once we save the fucking world. I'm really drunk.
I'm also drunk, but not as drunk, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, I guess we've got nothing else, haven't we?
And I'm like, lightning production. Oh my god, I get in there.
And he says, after there's things people need, it's drugs and food. And like he goes to clink his glass and throws it like halfway across the room.
This is Droop in the front of the bulwark.
Yeah. And at the end, he's like, oh, left my hand, and he's like, I think I need to go to bed.
Wait, can I mage hand and catch the glass?
Roll for initiative. You have to beat an 18.
I did not beat an 18.
Okay. And then you just see the hand go. Oh.
After it's shot, it's like.
Yeah. Oh.
I assume I'm also probably drinking, but I'm like very underage.
You're a little boy.
Droop will offer you a glass like that thing, like when your parents are like, oh, yeah, it's Thanksgiving. Give me some champagne.
How tall are you?
I'm like 5'8".
Not
normal height.
6'2".
Not 6'2".
You're not 6'2".
So Droop
actually
will
tall
kind
for
of
half
stumble around the ground, and he's like, I'm going home. You?
This is Droop saying this?
Yeah. And he says, "Dove, you stay here. Ready in the morning." And he's
I
things.
raise an eyebrow and like look confused and like look around and say, "I'm Master Gaffes."
Yeah.
I put him in a headlock. Not a Droop, but
Me. Do you really want to do this? We're gonna have to like make
a
opposing
fun
strength
headlock.
checks.
A fun like the boys
Do you
drinking
do you
headlock.
say something before putting me in
my
headlock, or do you just like
boy!
come at me and try to grab
I'm
me
like,
around
we'll
the
take
neck?
care of him. And I give him a good headlock and a nudge.
So how about instead of a headlock, you just like kind of put your hand around my shoulder?
No way.
All right. Well, if you're gonna try to put me in a headlock, I'm gonna try to get out of it, and we're gonna have to make
All
a
right,
bunch of dice rolls.
Opposed athletics checks.
All right. Whatever that is.
13.
18.
I burst out of the furnace room because I hear athletic sounds.
Men getting
I hear people making opposed athletics checks.
I'm like, yes!
You like Kool-Aid Man through the wall. You're like, fuck!
Man on man action!
So you are grappled, essentially, Dove.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Realizing he doesn't like it, I let go, but I give him a nice little friend hand.
I like like brush off my cloak and fix all my stuff, and then like I look at him and I assume that I understand the gesture to be one of friendliness, and then
Well,
like
you're not an alien, so yeah.
I do like the fakest
human
laugh you've
smile.
ever heard. He's like, ha ha ha, we're such good friends, aren't we, Master Lightning?
And I'm like, yeah, you and me, we are. I can feel this forming.
Lightning's like, it's been a long time in the monastery.
He's like got a boner already, just like
I'm the guy,
another
right?
person.
Yeah.
I'm the slender guy.
Yeah. A slender man.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
yeah, I go to bed.
As
I
Droop
lose
is
my
about to
temper
say
hit points.
something, he just starts falling over backwards, and Mune
Mage
just
hand.
like, it's me. Before you can get there, Mune
Okay.
just kind of picks him up, and she's like, "We'll see you in the morning," and she's just like carrying him out.
I nod to Mune and then turn to I'm going to put this in big air quotes, new, also in air quotes,
Best
friends.
New best friends.
Okay.
I reach for the bottle of whiskey and make sure there's a glass for everyone. Bjorn, you left, right? You're not there?
Yeah, I'm not there.
So for the four of us, I make sure there's a glass for each of us, and pour out some whiskey for each of us into a glass, making sure that Taurus has like noticeably less in his glass, and then pick up my glass and with a little bit of like a stagger, I say to
The strike force.
Yeah, that's that. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. To the strike force, lads and lady.
I'm like, hey ho!
Hey, don't call her a hoe. No, is that a character?
I say to the fucking strike force. Yes.
Oh my god. Cheers!
Strike force Droop.
Clink, clink, clink.
All right. Taurus, you still have that mug full of stuff.
Yeah.
Would you like to do anything with it
Drink it.
before evening?
Is there a window?
There
Here?
sure is.
I'll
Yep.
put it on the windowsill.
Okay.
What the fuck? Of what?
So you guys are all taking a rest.
What was the mug of? I remember he mugged something.
Who knows?
Slime.
All that Mirabar and slime. So you guys want to take a long rest?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
All right, you get cozy on the ground.
I get all my shit back. I have so much shit to get back.
So I lose my 14 hit points.
Yes, you do.
Ugh.
Oh my god, I just got back so much stuff, guys. That was so exciting.
This is like our first long rest of our
That
new
is
game.
I
Yeah.
think it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Booch, more of that, please. More of like depleting all our resources.
That was a nightmare.
If I can manage it.
For Resident Evil 1, please.
Yeah. During your sleep, Taurus, you hear a voice in your mind. I'll send that to you on Facebook.
Punch you!
Facebook. What is this
I want
Facebook
you.
you
Good luck.
speak of?
What is this Facebook? I do not understand.
Horrible book of faces.
Wait, a book of faces? Ugh.
Do I hear
so-
that while sleeping or right before sleeping? It
Pretty much just as you're nodding off into unconsciousness.
doesn't wake me up though, right? I don't have to.
Whoa.
I don't have to go. What?
Neither.
Oh, that's right. Pete can like roll for hit points for his
I thought we just
construct.
casted magic missile like a million times.
Yeah, it does
Neither.
5d10 damage. That'd be the most broken magic missile ever.
What were you saying, Marley?
I have to like fall back asleep because that's the worst.
No. It's just as you're drifting away. It's
Okay.
you hear it whispered to you.
Is it a
One
mysterious
shoe.
whisper?
So yeah, Brina, you can use hit dice for your bike to fix it up, and you'll regain half your hit dice maximum after the long rest is finished for your dinosaur moped.
Just for my own curiosity, does Brina share hit dice with the construct, or does the construct get its own hit dice?
It
Yeah.
has its own hit dice. It doesn't really have hit
No,
dice.
I know. I knew that you did a thing where like he can repair it during a long rest. I just didn't know if that came out of his hit dice maximum or if it had its own
So,
separate pool.
Brina
If anybody
goes into the
spent
long
hit dice,
night.
remember that you get back half of your maximum hit dice on a long rest.
Okay. I thought it was all of it. I
You
only
don't
have
need to spend hit dice on a long rest because you get all your hit points back anyway.
No, you get
Um,
half of them back.
No, I mean you get all your hit points back.
Oh yes. I thought you said hit dice back.
Okay, so that'll be the evening. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick while you guys think about what you'd like to do.
I'm gonna
When
piss.
characters wake up.
My character spends the majority of the night fucking pacing around, like kicking over stuff, like looking through stuff.
So you're not going to bed?
Well, I go to bed for a long rest, but probably kick around and move around a bunch as I dig through stuff. Just kind of be overtly a little annoyingly loud.
I'm a bee.
So something is amiss.
I mean, I'm asleep.
Yeah.
Unless you're like kicking around loudly enough that I would wake up. I don't
I
assume.
mean, maybe as you're going to bed, you hear it, and you're just like, "Well, go fuck to bed."
I cast silence.
I'm like,
Well, I mean, I don't have silence, but that'd be funny if I did.
I'm
right?
asleep. Come back later.
I just realized that I do want to describe Brina.
Great,
'cause I
let's
was
have
think- yeah, all it is just like her appearance. Like I said, like she's wearing like a cool like leather bomber jacket with all these patches of just like they're just huge like stupid looking patches, and it's just like a picture of like I'd say it's probably like a crude picture of like another like rectangle inside of it. There's a lot of those.
Does she
they
wear it as
might-
the coach of the high school team?
No, but they might sort of look like doors, patches that have doors on them.
It was an
and-
Andy Schaaf reference, Pete.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
And she has the goggles of night because she's a fucking World of Warcraft character. Always like strapped like above her head, like here.
She's from
and-
"What
No
color's
Wonder.
your hair?"
What color
So
is
she
her
has
hair?
the gray pigtail
She's just like
haircut.
I would say it's
Haircut
like
number 12 for the female gnome.
I guess I have no idea. I guess she would have gray hair, like or like white hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
I
she's
pictured like white hair.
she's like 100. She's 100,000 years old.
Oh, I don't.
She's like probably like 130, 140 or something like that.
If it's at all possible, try not to burp into the microphone. That goes for everybody.
Why?
It really is fucking annoying.
Oh, I didn't know it bothered you. I won't do it anymore.
I like just burped when you said that. I was like,
I thought like
that,
Marley
like-
does it all the time and everybody laughs. So like I just want.
I don't laugh.
All right.
he's like,
I can do that.
Are you gonna explain Bjorn to us? Because I would like to know kind of what I'm looking
Yeah.
dealing with.
What do you
here.
I
want
was-
to know about him?
Just
I was just
like,
gonna say real quick that
Visualize.
the wings of flying is technically a cloak, and so it's like a scarf thing like on the front that she has like around her neck, and then it just like barely drapes over the shoulders of the jacket. And
Does she
it
have
has,
little
like,
curly shoes?
and it has like two little like wings, pictures of wings. Does she have curly shoes?
Like
No.
little elf shoes? No.
It's like whatever
She's a
fucking
gnome, not a gnome.
Oh, you can have little elf
Picture she
shoes.
just has like boots.
No, elf as in like
Yeah.
you know North Pole elf. I get what
Oh.
you're
Yeah,
going for.
North Pole elf shoes.
Yeah, but that's...
Which essentially are gnomes. Let's be fair.
And
so.
His name.
and also
They
the
invent, they
scooter.
tinker, they're small.
The scooter is, I think I've said this, but just to make sure, it's like a small scooter. It can definitely fit two people. It could fit like a human-sized person in addition to Brina, and it has like a mechanical I'd say like it's like a red mechanical arm, like a crane arm that like just wrote like an idling NPC. Just like
I was
is
thinking
always,
of it.
like,
I was thinking of it, Pete. That it's actually like it'd be funny if it was in the saddle bag, like the
Oh yeah, it's
saddle compartment that comes out like
Yeah, fuck yeah.
yeah. But it's like it's like the fucking Fooly Cooly scooter.
Yeah, it is, but
Okay.
it's like a not living thing. So like it has like personality. So like it'll push out the arm and like move it around and then like put it back.
we wave
Yeah,
back.
it gives you high
Yeah.
fives and shit.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, that's that.
Okay.
But yeah, Bjorn.
So I'll just I'll assume that I like talked to you guys when we were in the bulwark. Haven't told you about myself.
But also,
Um,
like, give me what are you wearing? All that stuff. I just need to know.
Oh, I have black hair, green eyes, pale skin. I wear like a tattered brown robe,
Oh, cool.
and he was born on a mountaintop during a lunar eclipse, and he was thought to be like a child of Saloon, the moon goddess. And his brother was born during a lightning storm, and he was thought to be a child of Talos. And his father.
You guys remember Talos?
It was just those three on the mountain, and his father and brother didn't give a shit about him because they thought he was weak and feminine because of his connection to the moon.
Are you Illidan?
Illidan?
What's that sound? Who's
Someone's sawing a board.
doing like sheet metal work?
I think the cat is in someone's room, fucking it up.
Continue.
Yeah, so they would go off on for months at a time and leave him alone. So he grew up pretty much by himself, and they disappeared one night, and he would see Saloon in his dreams, and he stopped seeing her a year ago, and after his family disappeared because he didn't know where else to go, so he met Thalanor in the Dale Lands. And Thalanor told him about the God's Bane, and he thought that maybe that was connected to Saloon disappearing. So he sought you out to investigate the God's Bane and see if the connection.
Sought you as in
the group,
the party. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
What does so you have a focus or a staff? What do you?
Yeah, how do
have
Druid work?
I have a
stuff,
pendant with moonstone on a hemp cord around my neck. That's my focus.
Okay, cool.
All right, so for Ricky, Master Lightning, he's dashingly handsome as always, but he has a scar over his eye from a blood hag, from getting down to 1 hit point. But he's got a world-weary, gaunter face than he used to, from dying so many times and coming back. Killed.
Dare I say some premature gray in the hair?
Yeah, but that's all. Just now.
How old is Ricky?
Now he's 29.
He's
29.
Because you were 27 when you started, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you were also 27 when you started.
Yeah.
And now you're also 29.
Yeah.
He is your avatar.
So he's based off of you because you're dashingly handsome and you have a scar.
Oh, he's
drawing.
unassumingly no. He's surprisingly more handsome than me.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
It's surprising how handsome.
All right. So, if that's everyone,
You're
That's all the characters.
that'll be it. Yes, the night takes you, and it is odd because one, there's no natural moon or sunlight. You're underground. There's always you can snuff out the lights in the bulwark, but there's still lights from outside, and there's hammering at all hours of the night. In the
People
distance,
are constantly getting hammered.
yeah. There's work always being done. There's always some bit of. It seems to die down a little bit, but there's still people just kind of roaming, doing their business. So it's odd, kind of hard to get some sleep, but you do, and you wake up. When you wake up, and you are free to do what you will. I will say, Taurus, however, you wake up and your arm's a little tingly.
Oh no, is it brown?
Your arm.
Yeah. Has it got
nope.
the dirt smudge on it?
Oh, it's always had that. It's
Are we
had that
talking
since you
covered in dirt or just a small patch?
No, it's covered in moss and dirt, but it's your choice if you want to show this to anyone or not.
Yeah, I'm not I'm not gonna show my body.
But you feel it's odd that you had that conversation about magic because you feel this kind of tinge of magic. You're like, magic's not hard. I could cast something right now if I wanted to.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Would
you like to try?
Yeah.
You throw out your arm, and as you do, you see coalescing on the ground red spectral mist that rises up from the ground and forms a bright red steed that seems to have spectral flames breathed in it, and it bucks in front of you and
Fuck that.
bows its head towards you.
Is he alone?
Where would you like to do this?
Well, did I sleep in a room?
Yeah, you're in the bulwark. You're like in the storefront.
I feel like we
we're
all
all
like
screaming?
slept. We all slept in like corners of the store.
There's no bedrooms in the.
Okay, then I'm in the furnace room where nobody is.
Okay, this steed takes up like.
But wait,
Most of
Brina,
the room.
I would sleep in there. That's
Roll a
exactly
perception check.
Great.
That's exactly where I would sleep.
You were pretty hammered last night. Let's see if you hear this horse.
Okay.
May I also roll perception to hear the horse?
Sure. Too hammered.
That's fine. It's just where I would
Yeah,
logically
you
sleep.
hear a horse neighing and clomping its hooves against tile and stone.
Again,
And I like
rub-
shake my arm to like get it
rubbing
to
my
go away.
head and
You want to shake your arm to
go-
get it to go away?
Yeah. Like, oh.
Okay. The entire horse turns back into red spectral mist and disappears.
What the fuck?
So, Taurus,
Well,
you can write this down somewhere on your character sheet if you want.
Okay.
You can cast Spectral Steed once a day without components.
You can make a John.
I'll put that other.
You have
I'll put that
innate
under
John?
hate pits.
You'll put that what?
Under my stat called hate pits.
Yeah.
+1 on searching for traps in the pit variety.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a thing you were given?
Yeah.
Over time? Oh my
in
god.
the
that rules.
library.
Yeah, hate pits. I forgot. Holy
Mhm.
fuck.
He has pits of hate.
I learned about
Like his armpits.
like blitz ball,
I wish I learned about
Baldur's ball,
So
which
it
I'm gonna
seems
start
that,
a mini league.
seems that good deeds are rewarded.
Ugh, it's not a reward I want.
What, racism is rewarded?
Yeah, with magic blood horse.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Did I
You're
eat the
welcome.
horse?
So spectral horse is it's not like a physical horse. It's a spectral horse.
As the name implies.
As the name implies.
Can you ride a spectral steed?
Oh yeah, very fast. I think
But
it
you
goes like
can't
100
eat it.
It goes like 100 miles an hour or something.
Punch it.
Fucking Ferrari of horses.
Yeah, it goes really fast. You can look it up, spectral steed.
So you should change the name to Init John. That's camel case.
So Dove,
That's
you
me.
did hear a steed, and you probably go running into or at least walking into the room to just see Taurus standing there, just like looking forward.
Just
And
like
there is no horse.
oh.
Do I
And,
notice him walk in the room or anything?
Oh yeah, you're standing there, and Dove just walks right in.
He walks in, I go, "Woo!" like a horse sound.
Does it sound anything like the sound I had heard before?
Make an intelligence check.
Can I do a charisma or something?
Sure, make a performance check.
A
It's low.
Well, hang on. If it's
Hard to
performance, then I
tell,
should be
Dove.
rolling insight, not intelligence.
It's the same. Do you have insight trained?
I sure do, and it's wisdom, not intelligence.
Oh. It doesn't sound quite like a horse.
That's not the horse that I heard to draw me into this room, Master Dwarf.
Yeah, I don't know. Your magic
You have
apple brain
plus
is
5
fucked.
wisdom? What the fuck, Brandon?
No, I have +5 to insight checks.
Oh.
What'd you say, Marley?
I said, yeah, I don't know, man. Your magic apple brain is all fucked up. It's fine.
I arch an eyebrow and say, I turn and sort of like put my hands in my pockets and walk out of the room and say, as soon as we leave the city, Dwarf, as soon as we leave
Shut
the
up,
city.
Dwayne!
Dwayne.
He arched one eyebrow.
Oh. That's good. I knew a guy named Dwayne.
Leave me alone.
Oh, but you see, you were the one who started this fight, and I like move like in his face and say, are you telling me that you don't want to finish it?
I mean, I draw my weapon.
Okay.
I attack
What
the
do you
darkness.
want?
Is that in character? You ask, what do you want?
Yeah.
I want you to admit that magic is more powerful than your sword there.
His magical sword.
It's not.
Then prove it. Strike me. Strike me down if you can.
No, he'll become more powerful than you can imagine.
Careful there.
The trap, Marley, watch out.
I know, I've seen this before. Classic.
My space operas.
Hmm.
Are you guys gonna fight, or
I mean, I would just kill you.
Are you
You
saying
just-
that in character?
Yeah, you would just like die here
Well,
on the floor.
Then prove it, please, by all
bleed
means.
out on a. I don't think anybody else would appreciate that beyond me.
I
though.
stand with like my arms open and I say, then please put your money where your mouth is and do away with me.
Better than hanging yourself, right?
That's a different campaign, Dylan.
Well, literally, they're all suicidal. So
No, I'm not gonna.
I'm still standing with my arms open and I say, oh well, could it be that perhaps your sword is not as powerful as you chalk it up to be? And then I turn and I like with my back to him start walking out and like wave over my shoulder and say, as soon as we leave the city, dwarf.
I go, Droop. Are you awake yet?
he does not live here.
Oh,
He lives in the Homeway, which is basically the residential district of the city.
okay.
And you don't know what time it is actually because there's no sun. But you feel like it's been 8 or 9 hours, and you have not seen Droop yet. But the day is yours to do with as you wish.
The day is mine, Trebek.
What
I'm
do you
gonna
guys
start.
think about doing?
I'm gonna start my day by browsing all of the
Internet?
arms and armor that's in this place, as everyone else did before. I am gonna look for a bow again because I see Ricky and
yeah,
I'm just not sure.
and I'm
And-
like, Brina, I hear you pretty much don't like your kind at the blah blah blah, blah whatever that place is called. I'm like, I could always be your emissary there. I could see what's good.
That
Make
is
the buy.
That is a great idea. I mean, I'm not going to blindly buy something, but I think that,
no, me neither. And
I
I'm
think that-
already buying something.
I think that's a great idea, and I'm fucking like rummaging through all this stuff. Am I able to find a bow in this place?
No bow.
Okay.
No bow.
No bow.
All right. So I'm going to search for a piece of metal, a nice walking stick for me, something
Something like a walking stick.
conspicuous.
A metal walking stick?
Something like a quarterstaff.
Yeah, quarterstaffy.
I'd say that you find the heft of a great axe. So there's no blade on it. It seems like it was halfway through construction, and it's probably about a 4-foot steel staff.
I'm really
Pole.
big.
But the end is a like a leather and wooden handle.
Yeah, I'll walk with that.
Okay.
Just casually. Yeah.
Yeah. So the day seems to be yours. What would you like to do?
All right, I'll head with Brina if she's thinking about buying a bow.
All right. So you make your way out into the market stack. The light is the same as it was when you left. No different. And but it seems to be a little more busy. There seems to be people dwarves wheeling carts with crates in them to and fro to buildings. And so you want to go to was it Meditu's armaments, Mordin's stockpile, or Isum's blades?
Well, the one he can't go to is the first one you said, right?
Meditu's.
Stockpile.
The second one, and it's not so much that you can't go there. It's just that all of Mirabar all of the older residents of Mirabar are kind of racist towards gnomes.
Yeah.
I'm
I'd say
gonna.
that Mordin's stockpile is full of like veteran weaponsmiths, but they are old and like rednecks.
I'm gonna be going with him, and I'm gonna fucking hop on Bara and pat the back seat.
Okay.
I guess ask Taurus if he
and then
wants
the
to
arm
come. I know he's
then the
got
arm
a-
comes back and he pats the seat too.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, well, impose.
Say get on.
You two look so happy. I'm like,
So you
oh,
move
good.
forward onto the platform of the elevator in the center of the plaza, the bottom stack that you're on. And I will say that the guards like look at each other and then look at the moped and look at you and look at the moped again. And they're like, let me see your papers, both of you.
Like, oh God,
Do I have papers?
Yeah, we're given.
Yeah,
pass on you?
it's in my inventory.
The incredibly expensive important thing that Droop said never to leave your sight.
Yeah, it is in my inventory. So
I'll say previously, while we were in there, as we were going, I'm just like fucking haven't like eaten in a day, and I'm like, oh fuck. If you guys want to meet up around like 12 or maybe let's say 4 hours, because I have no idea what time it is. We can talk about who we should talk to. Maybe go as a group, as a strike force. I've got some things to take care of.
That sounds like a great idea. And I also say, yeah, that sounds fine.
And I guess I didn't ask. Does anyone need anything to be taken care of? Taurus, Bjorn, Dove, my main man.
I thought you left.
Well, yeah, I meant to say this before we left.
Oh, I asked you to go to the Dwarven Arms and Armor's place and see if they have anything good there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, then I'll
Does
say
anyone
a
else need anything?
4-hour thing, just so we can...
Does anyone need anything at the market while Ricky and Brina are out?
Nope.
An apple?
Sounds like Taurus needs some spell components.
He
No,
can
I
cast
don't.
it without components.
Doesn't need
That's
components,
right. So he doesn't need
bruh.
components.
I could use some components for other stuff.
As a new
It's pronounced compote.
fire horse.
I'll tag along with them.
All right, so you're
Okay.
walking alongside. We're slowly driving. My hands are on her hip.
So,
her
yeah,
little
as
baby
you-
hip.
so-
Yeah, I was gonna say, can I ask the person to say, is there a problem, sir?
Is there
He
a
says
problem,
the-
officer?
He says the odd creature you're riding is a little suspicious.
It's weird, right?
I look at it. I look at Ricky. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
You were doing 25
Right.
and a 3.
He seems like a younger dwarf. He says, I mean, no offense. I mean, I have no problem with either of your kind, but we are we have a lot of influx of new people, and we just have to be careful.
I give them my papers.
Yeah, I guess I show
Okay.
him my papers.
He'll take all
Yeah.
of them, and him and another guard will look over them real quickly and says, everything is in order. He'll hand them back. He says, and he'll say, don't lose those.
Oh, fuck. All right, well, I put them in my breast pocket. My most secure pocket. I
definitely
think
also
of it.
put that in my most best pocket.
Yeah, he said, and he's kind of seems like it's early, and he's just like kind of making chatter as the elevator is rising up, and he'll basically tell you that like if you're caught without Undercity passes, at best you'll be thrown out of the city forever. At worst, you're executed on sight.
What?
So
Jesus.
Well, what do you know?
Like Zoink Scoob!
This is some great morning chatter.
yeah. He says, "Try silvers. Their roast partridge is delicious."
Yeah, I was actually about to ask. I was like, where can we get something to eat for cheap?
He says, "For cheap." He
Like
says,
Tex-Mex or
there's a,
KBBQ.
Yeah.
He says, "For cheap, the maiden and tankard is good. I like their what do they sell? Smoked bear meat.
I'm gonna blurt out. I smelled some really good meat.
He says, "Oh, you're talking about silvers."
Hey man, what you do on your private time?
I'm like, well, you see, and I pat, and I'm like, I left my monastery, and so I'm a little hard up.
He'll
I'm
he'll
from
say,
the
"Oh, you're
woods.
talking about silver. Silvers is amazing." And the other guard that's with him will say, "Oh, I took Civet there for our last anniversary." He says, "Oh, really?" And,
I'm like, oh,
he says, "But they're pricey. It's worth it, but it's pricey."
I left my.
So you get to the top layer of the market stack, and you want to go to Moradin's stockpiles. So you walk outside of this very old-looking weapon shop. And the outside has these torches that are burning in like almost like a purplish flame, just kind of constantly. And they're set into the hands of statues of Moradin who are standing outside, and this whole entire edifice of this building is built into the rock. You walk inside, and it's very cluttered, and it's very busy. There's several monster heads hanging from atop the walls like trophies. And this
Kinda
place
monster.
is soot-caked everywhere. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I love
Phil?
soot
What
cakes.
kind of monsters are they?
You see a couple monsters you don't recognize. There's a head of like a griffin. There's a head of 3 heads of a what are those things called? Chimera.
Yeah, of course they do.
And there's a the head of a bahir, which is something we've only heard of.
I stare at the last one.
Mm-hmm. It's like a snaky, large blue snaky kind of reptilian head. That's kind of mounted on this big.
Say, watch out! There's a monster there.
Oh, what did you say? As the someone behind the counter turns, there's like 4 or 5 other dwarves kind of in here. They all look kind of old and they seem like customers, but there is one older guy behind the counter. What do you want?
I'm old.
I say,
Just having a laugh. I'm like, hi,
we're just ribbing around here.
yeah, we're just ribbing you. So you sell swords? There's a sword place I saw on the sign I can't read.
What do you think we sell?
Oh God. Well, just what can we see your wares, sir?
And he goes,
All right, I give a stern look. I'm like, I see swords. Do you have a short bow? Maybe a bow?
he says, why? Some kind of ranged weapon using pussy?
Yeah, well, I mean,
No, we don't have any fucking swords, you dumb human.
I'm like, yeah, you dumb human.
a charmer for sure.
Did you walk into the store, Brina?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm like down the street a little bit, like polishing the mirrors on my scooter.
So I lean in and I'm like, so I work for a company. I am what would be the word? I am
Personal shopper.
Yeah, I am a personal shopper. I can buy, sell, and trade items. I'm looking for your finest magical items.
Says you're a fucking interloper is what you are. Nothing but dwarves, that's what should be.
And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm in. I agree.
Says, but if I can get money from you, who gives a shit?
I
I'm
laugh
like-
hysterically.
Yeah. I'm like, I work for Big Naughton and what's the Droop's name?
Cafus.
Gaffis, a lightning production.
Yeah.
Yeah. And lightning.
You just and he'll turn
I'm
around
like,
and say, Fortis! Fortis!
Oh no, don't bring another person.
Fortis. Here comes
Like,
Fortis.
leave him. Leave Fortis.
Ugly old dwarf with an eye patch.
Like, no. What
With
is
an eye
this?
patch. You can see that they look very similar.
I'm like, put him back. We don't need.
He says, you want magic items?
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, Fortis.
Come here. And he just starts
I like fix my collar. I'm like, yes.
yeah,
Thank you.
walking into a back room.
I'm like, Fortis, finally, a man I can speak to. And I'm like, the other men, so rude. No idea about refined weaponry.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay, yeah, let's see him.
And he'll walk into this back room with you, and it seems equally soot covered. Everything's just like a mess in here, and you're thinking like, why does anyone think that these are like veteran amazing sword masters? This place is a garbage heap. But in the back there seems to be a number of weapons and armor behind like big glass cases. And Fortis will just kind of lean over, and you just hear like a cracking spine as he leans over.
I'm like, oh no, please. Don't get up.
He pulls up this book, and there's a table in front of you, and he just drops this book in front of you. Says, that's what we've got, and he just turns and leaves.
And I'm like, a book. I sit down, I fucking touch it. What is this looking like?
So it seems like a kind of a newish book, but when you open it up, it's just a listing of items that they have.
I'm
It's basically like a catalog.
God sakes.
I peek over Ricky's shoulder, and I was like, "What do they got?"
I'm like,
Oh, jeez,
a
for crying
book.
out loud, Rick.
We don't want this. We want the goods. We want to see them. I don't want to see a book. I fucking go some pages. Anything. Oh
So
my
you
God.
see that you stop on a page, and then you stop on a luck blade.
A luck
Oh,
blade.
fuck.
Yeah. And you look around and you actually do see it hanging. It says the price is 600,000.
600,000.
Copper, right?
No.
All right. Well, I walk over to it. What's this blade looking like?
So 1 second.
Does it look lucky?
Oh, it does. Definitely looks
Do
lucky.
you feel lucky, punk?
1 moment, please.
Good moment. In the meantime, Kyle, who's this DMG lookup brought to us by?
My sunburn.
I mostly do that to try to hurry Booge with his rules references. Because I know
Horrible
how much he
sunburn.
hates it.
Salmon.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Booge. I forgot.
It's okay. You're not a habitual burper.
Dylan, you've got like a great like light show going behind you, and it's
Yeah,
like
you
really,
like that? Isn't that cool?
yeah. Where are you? Are you like at a Copacabana?
Yeah.
All right. So
I'm a
the
showgirl.
luck blade.
Oh,
It's-
good.
You look up and it's a kind of ordinary looking short sword, except that the hilt has 3 diamonds, square diamonds inlaid into the hilt.
Oh my God.
And
Hence the 600,000 gold cost.
well, so you know that this is it's a +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls. While the sword is on your person, you also gain a +1 bonus to saving throws.
Whoa.
Luck. If the sword is on your person, you can call on its luck, no action required, to re-roll 1 attack roll, ability check, or saving throw you dislike. You must use that second roll. The property can't be used again until the next
Holy shit.
Until the next what?
and
Yeah,
until the next
done.
dawn.
Ah.
What's
And
it?
more importantly, probably, wish. The sword has 1d4 plus
Holy
1 minus
shit.
1 charges. While holding it, you can use an action to expend 1 charge and cast the wish spell from it. This property can't be used again until the next dawn. Sword loses this property if it has no charges.
Oh my god.
You said it has
Ricky.
1d4 minus 1 charges
Well,
of that?
so yes, but it's the sword loses property if it has no charges. So you don't know if this.
Holy cow.
don't know
That
if
is
this
You
sword-
can bring
Great.
back your
Either one
friend's
has any
lunch
wishes
shoe with
left
that
in it.
sword.
It could be out of wishes.
No, wish. Well, never mind.
We don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it says that the
Well,
sword
no.
loses this property if it has no charges.
So
Who
it
knows
could
how
have
old this
lost its
sword is.
property,
Yeah.
many years ago.
But that's one thing you see in the book.
Okay, well that's exciting. I'll flip a random amount of pages and go to the next.
So you see a corresponding item and an introduction and entry for a javelin of lightning,
Ooh, that's
kind of like your name.
interesting. Yeah, all of a sudden I'm like, well, there you go. I see me. Oh no, there.
I
the
skimmed
javelin-
through and do they have any bows or?
They have
They
any
don't have
Bose
pussy range
stereos
weapons.
or like
Oh,
Bose
fuck.
speakers.
I'm a
Remember.
They
pussy
do not
range
believe
weapon
in
user.
fighting from far away. They want you. The only fighting that is manly and non-Chinese is to fight someone face to face with a melee
Whoa.
weapon.
Oh, is that Marley talking or are these
Oh,
guys?
sorry, it's just the dwarves.
Yeah.
Well, you see hanging up on the wall what looks like a javelin, but on both ends are these blue, sharp lightning bolts, essentially.
A javelin is a
carved out
thrown weapon.
out of steel. It is a thrown weapon. This
It's also a melee
javelin
weapon.
is magic. When you hurl it and speak a command word, it transforms into a bolt of lightning, forming a line 5 feet wide that extends out from you to a target within 120 feet. Creature in the
Javazon!
line, each creature in the line, excluding you and the target, must make a DC 13 Dexterity saving throw, taking 46 lightning damage on a failed save, and half as much damage on a successful one. The lightning bolt turns back into a javelin when it reaches the target. Make a ranged weapon attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes damage from the javelin plus 46 lightning. The javelin's property can't be used again until the next dawn. In the meantime, the javelin can still be used as a magic javelin.
I can do that whenever I want to.
You see that is selling for 700 gold.
Okay.
Not
well, I
700,000, just 700 gold.
700.
All right. I fucking Is meta? Is there anything else worth in this book? Should I be?
You also
scrolling?
find a +2 great axe engraved with dwarvish runes, prayers to Morden. That's also hanging on the wall. That's selling for 6,800.
All right. Well, then I slam the book shut, and I'm like, Bjorn, do you remember those things? Because I don't.
Did you like that, Pete?
I say,
Yeah,
yes.
that was fucking great.
The +2 great axe, a wish blade, and a Java thing of lightning.
Yeah, the javelin seemed very reasonably priced.
Yes, almost suspiciously so.
The sword seemed really reasonably priced.
Those old guys, they seem great. All right, well, I fucking come out the back, and I'm like, me and my associate have taken your wares. We will inform you of our purchases.
or not?
Oh, of course. And I pat one of them on the head, and I'm like, we'll be back. And I'm like, goodbye, sir. I give him a big and I'm like, out. You don't have to ask me twice. And I fucking skip down the road, and I'm like, yo, that was so fun. Reading with you is so fun.
I'd clap and giggle.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah, what a good day. All right, I guess we make it to Brina. I deliver the information. Blah. I say, sounds like the luck sword. Very reasonable. Sounds great. Do you want me to kill them? I mean, no. No, I take it back.
Oh wait, that came out wrong.
I won't kill them unless you
Hey, should I kill them?
really want me to kill them.
I'm surprised that they have something like that on display, because I feel like just about anybody would want to kill them for that. That's
Well, you know, they don't just show those wares to anywhere. I had to really.
I say, what if you
Talk
turn
some
into jelly and
elders.
try to steal it?
I say it's a bit overpriced for the fact, despite the fact that it definitely doesn't have any charges left.
No. But the javelin, I'm sure, you know, a bunch of really great strike force can really get a javelin.
Yeah, the javelin really doesn't seem all that bad.
Where are you
It's-
having this conversation?
Where
Like across the street from
we're just like chilling.
Yeah, there's a couple of dwarves kind of like rushing
But you
past.
didn't come back to the bulwark.
No.
You do know that there are a couple other places.
Yeah.
Still to be checked.
Like, well, you know, they don't have to make any decisions. I mean, my wallet.
So in terms of other places, there's Meditu's armaments, there's Isum's blades, and then there is the Koruzak clan's house.
Just out of character. So, did I get to mention to everyone that we should meet in 4 hours back at the place?
You
and
did.
discuss. Okay.
Yeah, we thought that was a great idea.
Okay. If no one said anything except you. You're like yes, but like Taurus didn't say like yeah, that's what we're doing. So I just want to make sure that everyone kind of. So if you guys are gonna do stuff.
What's the name of that store that they just went to? I could call
Meditu's
it
armaments. No, sorry, that's
Yeah.
the one they didn't go to.
it's the dwarven place, but what's it called?
Morden stockpile.
Yeah, they're always hard.
Meditu's armaments. No, Morden stockpile is the one that dwarves or gnomes can't go to or shouldn't go to.
Shouldn't, yeah.
Yeah.
Owned
Alright.
by old ass motherfuckers.
The people who still refer to like black people as like, you know, the Negroes, and it's like,
Yeah.
whoa, hang on, Pat, that's not, like- listen here,
and it's like-
Grandpa, that's not okay. Nowadays we
But
call
it's-
them people of color.
Yeah.
Run by the dwarf brothers Enil and Fortis Stonebreaker, if you care.
Oh,
Enil and Fortis.
I like that. So,
Those were
okay.
the two brothers
Well,
that used them.
I mentioned that maybe we should head to the stockpile, check it out, see what.
That was
Hey,
the place
those
we were
two
just
guys seem nice.
Oh, I thought we were at the Blades place.
You were just at Morden Stockpile. That's the one that's owned by the racist brothers.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's a really old store. It seems like they've had it for.
Let's go to the next store. The
Armaments. I think they'll have
Armaments.
a bow.
All right.
yeah,
Just going shopping. All
yeah,
right.
and I'm gonna go into this one, but I have to take a piss real quick.
Mm.
So Ricky, you walk up to this place, and Bjorn's like, "Oh yeah, I went here last night."
I'm like, oh shit.
I say,
And,
careful with this one. She's a real talker.
You smell the delicious food coming from
Yeah, I'm like,
the
oh.
store. out of the side. And and I will mention again that none of these stores are freestanding. They're all built into the rock of the mountain into the back. So there's just these walls that curve in all these storefronts, like just the edifice, the face of the store kind of come out in this columned, very structurally sound dwarven stonework.
I mentioned how hungry I am and how I'm like, wouldn't it be great if I could eat something?
I
think you gave me 10 days worth of rations, but I used 4 days worth of rations to get here. So,
Oh my god.
But yeah, I mentioned I'm quite hungry.
Yeah, Droop would have mentioned that there are a couple taverns on the market stack. There's the Maiden and Tankard, and Ostermo's Den are two that I mentioned.
What was that second one? Something?
Ostermo's Den.
That's a weird one.
It's a good smelling restaurant.
And Silver's is the
wrote
restaurant.
Those down. They're right there. I'm stupid.
And Silver's is the place that's right next to the Meditu's Arms. It's always learning a new city. Is always, trying to remember.
Maybe it'd be easier actually if you just like dropped the name list like on the picture of the city. I was like thinking about that. Do you want me to like
I can add
it?
text.
Yeah, because like I think we spend so much time like asking you, and I feel really dumb because like I remember the word stockpile armaments and blades just because like I'm not gonna remember the names really well.
The picture here isn't what it actually looks like, so I'll just put down names.
Yeah, no, I think that's
or actually,
so we have those kind of. Sorry to add more work to your already working life.
Right. It's like a part-time job essentially.
It is
part-time, really?
It's literally like a full-time job.
All right, so we got for taverns, we got did that just disappear? Oh, okay.
No, it says right in the middle, taverns.
Okay. We got
there you go.
Got the Maiden and Tankard. And we got Den.
Dylan, are you trying to immerse us in your wind chime?
Oh my god, look at Dylan go. He's like fucking gaming right now.
Laptops. They're so mobile.
This text
Where are you?
Closed, by the way.
I'm in my house.
You have lights in your house like that?
I have to go to my room.
But I'm gonna miss that cool room you're in. You were like outside. I could tell.
This text really blows, by the way.
Yeah.
It's just like hard to do. And
Be right back.
Shops.
What's up, P?
We got D2. Pile.
Sorry, forgot. I actually I've done like a dozen burps away from the microphone, but like that one, I looked at the clock, and then what my brain said was, "Don't burp at the thing you're like paying attention to," and then turned back to the microphone and burped into the microphone. So
good job.
My bad. That's on me. I own that one.
Okay. So you got a short list here. Yeah. Actually, let me stockpile racists. Young dwarf woman.
Guys, is it loud when I type?
No, it's fine. Fine and normal and okay.
All right. So
racist.
Yeah.
There you go.
Was that a little more helpful?
Yeah, no, this is amazing. Thank you. Okay. So I guess we're gonna head to Armaments, the place
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is you see that it's a yellow silk and denim awning over this building, over the edifice of this building. You walk inside and there is black and yellow tile covering most of the floor and the ceiling. It's very clean in here as compared to where you're just in. This place is spotless. You do see a young dwarven woman behind the counter, and she comes in and says, "Oh, good evenings." How can I help you?
I guess I kind of just like shuffle, and I'm like,
We came to browse your wares. I'm with them, right? Because I wanted to go shopping.
Yeah, you can go in if you want.
Okay. Yeah. So we came to browse your wares. First off, do you have any magic bows, short bows, crossbows, hand crossbows, or heavy crossbows?
oh, regular bow.
She says, "Oh, I do have a special hand crossbow that I've been holding on to for a while."
Ooh.
Perfect. Can we take a look at it, please?
Absolutely. And she'll go back into her storerooms and bring out a beautiful hand crossbow made out of dark stained wood with silver lined all around it.
Damn.
And essentially, if you identify, it's a +2 hand crossbow.
Fuck.
And she'll say that one is going currently for 6,500.
Say that's a
like,
fine price for a.
I fucking lean over to
nice hand
Brina,
crossbow.
and I'm like, as fucking kick-ass as that crossbow is, I'm a much simpler man. I think a short bow would do me just as fine.
I say
Something much cheaper.
Says, I do have normal short bows if you're looking for. But I say normal, I mean I make them with math and science. So not like those fucking racists over there at the Morden stockpile. And she'll look at Brina and give a nod.
They
I
called me a pussy.
pretend to tip my hat.
I wouldn't put it past them. Says they don't like me because I don't worship Morden. They think it's a whole religious thing. They bless the forge. She says, I shouldn't be talking. I'm sorry. How can I help?
I say, we didn't ask for your life story.
Oh,
Whoa.
She says, excuse me, sir. She says, you were a bit quick with me last night, too. She says, if you don't need anything, you can leave.
Ooh.
Maybe I will.
And she'll turn her attention back to the shoppers.
And I'm like, yeah, they are awful, aren't they? I mean, wouldn't you like to see them fucking out of business? Those fucking
Yes.
Those magic swords. You seen their wares?
Yeah.
Shoddy wares. I like point to like the
Right.
probably like dried foods. I'm like, amazing wares over here. Oh my god.
So thank you. She says,
course.
honestly, competition in the stack is hard, especially with newcomers like yourself. She says, they go out of business, I'd be all the merrier. She says, I'd probably go into business with Isum. Just conglomerate. He says, his swords are the best. It's too bad that he gets such a short shrift.
Who is Isum?
Says, one of the best sword makers I've ever known. He's in the bottom stack, 2 floors down.
I'm like,
Great.
okay. Yeah, we'll have to check
Pointed
him
out, she
out.
says his shop doesn't actually have a sign, so she'll explain like where it is.
What's say the name again?
He's the one we already have.
Isum's Blade.
Yeah. That's on the list of shops already.
Oh, okay.
Says, but don't go there looking for anything besides bladed weapons.
No short bows, and I give her a.
Well, he is a dedicated swordsmith. He says, but we are doing business. She says, the crossbow. She says, I also have a sword of sharpness, and she'll bring out this black-looking. It's a black steel blade with like.
Oh, how come it's got to be black?
Because it's made of like obsidian. And she says, this is a fine piece of work that I acquired quite a few years back. And she'll explain what it does. So sword sharpness, when you attack an object with this sword and hit, maximize your weapon damage dice against the target. When you attack a creature with this weapon and roll a 20 on the attack roll, that target takes an extra 14 slashing damage. Then roll another d20. If you roll a 20 on top of that one of the target's limbs with the effects, you lop off one of the target's limbs with the effect of such loss determined by the DM. If the target creature has no limb to sever, you lop off a portion of its body instead. In addition, you can speak the sword's command word to cause the blade to shed bright light in a 10-foot radius and dim light for an additional 10 feet.
That's a very
So
utility.
Mirabar is like chock full of very valuable magic items.
It is one of the richest city. It is the richest city on the Sword Coast. Just beating out Waterdeep by a little bit.
Fuck.
It's also full of dwarves, and they like their magic stuff and their weaponry. And she says that one will go for 48 grand.
I can actually almost afford that.
I look over and I'm like, mean, so I think D2s may already have this. No, Mordant. I think I saw this there.
She said they don't have anything.
I say,
She like gets indignant.
Yeah, I'm like,
I say, no. This is a different thing.
and I'm like, of course, Master.
Because if- On the cheaper side, she'll bring you this. She'll put down this hand axe, and it's a hand axe, like really nice dark wood, and the blade is this thin circular blade around the top of it, and it's a +1 hand axe. She'll say the finest quality for 680 gold.
So there's two of them. You said it's +1.
No.
Mhm.
Sorry, it's a
Yeah.
bad joke. Go on.
Why are you so? You can always tell when you're manic. It's like
It's the beer. I blame the beer. I'm sorry.
You can't help yourself.
the interruptions.
And I
bad
just got a
all
bunch
night
of
long.
macaroni and cheese that I made. So
Yeah,
I'm
he's
really
really
excited.
living up the dream right
I have
now.
beer and mac and cheese.
She says, "So, what'll it be?"
Whoa. I think that bow. I'd love to see just some common short bows. I
I
think.
say probably just a
You
short
can do
bow
that.
for now, but thank you very much.
Okay. She says, "Indeed, we can do that." And she will. You want to buy one short bow?
Well, yeah, some quill. I mean, quiver. Can't just.
Okay.
Give me
Oh, that's right. You
hand
don't have
right.
any arrows or anything, do you?
I have nothing.
He's got a
I'm,
whole lot of nothing.
I'm like a newborn baby, a level 7 newborn baby.
Short bow will be 25 gold for the short bow. And how many arrows do you want to buy? How many
Yes.
arrows do you want to buy?
Oh, I can't buy anything. So.
Oh, you don't have any money. That's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I say,
Serena, how many arrows do you want to buy?
So, yeah, not the.
I sort of look him up and down. And so, what is? You didn't say what's Ricky wearing? I mean, you said like our first game, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm in like a furs. Like it's probably like overheating me right now, but I'm in like white winter furs.
Jesus.
Or a winter. But if I were to break the leathers or untie the leathers around it, it's more of a robe. But I wear it for sneaking.
Yeah, we
tied up.
saw it when he was fighting the
Yeah,
the graveyard thing.
very much. This picture. I'll just send it in Discord. Beautiful Ricky. As usual. Very furred up. So you can put that in your pipe and smoke it.
An axe?
Okay. So Tara say, he'll take the short bow and 15 arrows, please, and a quiver as well.
She says, make it 20.
Dave,
Because that's what the
don't-
pricing is for
Sure.
1 gold.
That's
Like,
fine.
it's what you're like 20 it is.
So
Wow, she really upsold you there.
quiver, arrow, and bow, everything. She'll give
The
it to you.
deluxe package they call
The
it.
deluxe package will be 30 gold all in all.
Okay. I sort of I dig my hand into my little satchel and I pull out the 30 gold and I hand it over.
She'll also mention she's like, why do you carry around all that money? Like, go away.
Like this is
All
why
right.
why would we now carry around a bunch of money?
She's like the Bank of Mirabar. You can carry around banknotes. It's the most trusted. It's the only trusted paper money in the Sword Coast.
I hear this from outside and I roll my eyes very exaggerated.
And I can hear them like
My elf eyes roll.
I can see it with your elf eyes.
What do you roll with your F eyes? Okay, so she'll package up the bow very nicely, and the quiver. And
All right. Well, I give Brina, I guess like a very nice hug. I'm like, Brina.
I'm like,
And I'm like, one chew. You know, he told me all about you. Say you. And then I'm like, okay, he did. I had no idea you existed. But
Yeah.
Wow, honest Ricky.
yeah, I'm sure he did, and I take out a piece of paper and I write, I'm like, Ricky, 30 gold.
Yeah.
And I sort of like make it like very obvious, and I put it back in my in my pocket.
Okay. Just say, okay, thank you.
Well,
Yeah.
what a great day it's been.
And some other customers come in, they're just like, oh.
Or like, we're having a moment.
Yeah.
Please.
All right. Anything the other characters would like to do?
I'm tending to business as usual as long as Taurus doesn't taunt me.
I have to get ready for work now.
Okay.
For work? What do you mean?
I'm
killing everyone?
No, he means Marley, not Taurus.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
you guys can keep playing. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. So Dove, definitely. By the time you wait in the place and walk around and I don't know, jack off for a little bit and like by the time,
you're jacking off.
after
You're
like
a
30
19-year-old boy.
You're like, I need to go deal with.
I don't look up internet porn. I look up weave porn.
Private in here.
you use a mage hand. It's like,
But it's a left mage hand, and
He
like I
calls it
sit
the
on it for
stranger.
a while.
So after about an hour or so, just chilling out, Gaffis does walk into eventually with you and Mune back into the bulwark, and he looks like shit. He looks really hungover, and he'll say, "Why isn't there any coffee?"
You're like,
Did I brew coffee already?
So roll an investigation check. I don't know. Do you drink? Does Dove drink coffee on the regular?
I wouldn't say on the regular, but he doesn't avoid it.
jittery.
Okay.
No, he did not brew coffee.
And Dove, Droop's just like, "There's coffee in the office, please."
I, me lord, I.
Okay, so you go to find it. But he will. Yeah, you can go through normal routines, and he'll sit down and ask where the rest of the people are, and get answers or whatever. And he says, "Yes, we have business to do today." The rest of you, as in Brina and Bjorn, and what would you guys like to do next?
How long until we have to meet back at the?
Would you say 4? I mean, you don't really know the time of day, but you have a while.
We got the
I'll go
blades. We could check out the blade. We still got that. You guys up for some more shopping spree, or
I say, Ricky, weren't you hungry? Don't you want to go to this?
Well,
good
it's
smelling,
not Ricky. It's Master Lightning, but Ricky is
Oh, I'm sorry, Master Lightning.
Yeah, people have been throwing around Ricky. That's a mistake.
That's my married name.
It's an accident.
Yeah.
Say, do you want to check out this restaurant?
Yeah, of course.
You want to check out Silver?
Okay.
I'm gonna meet up with you guys afterwards. I'm gonna go and stop by Isam's and see what's going on over there.
Yeah, you're like a businesswoman.
And you guys want to go to Silver's?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, you move. It's right next door from where you're standing, and it has a gaudy storefront, which is covered entirely in sterling silver. So the entire storefront is just sterling silver.
Ooh, it's so fancy.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is my kind of place.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So you walk inside, and the entire inside of this place is adorned in silver and emeralds. You can see stone tables and chairs lined with emerald and silver. These huge stone-backed chairs. There's a massive crackling fire in one side, and you see this very thin dwarf with a slick back black hair and kind of a pencil mustache standing behind like a stone lectern. He says, "Oh yes, can I help you?" And you can kind of hear like this subtle,
this is going.
like people talking as they're
can
eating.
Can I do like an insight check on this guy?
What are you checking for?
This series is about to get really racist.
He's like a fucking serial killer or something.
Oh yes.
And it smells wonderful in here. There's
It's like
someone
a P.F. Chang's. Is that where we are right now?
There's a dwarven woman playing a harp over in the corner. It looks very upscale.
Is she thin too?
No,
Let me know.
she's wearing a dress.
This is important.
Yes.
Very important.
All right. I lean over to Bjorn and I'm like, I don't actually have any money.
Are you gentlemen here for lunch?
Pass, Dylan, quickly, pass.
Tell me about this guy. Like, what is he?
he's the restaurant guy. He's the
So
guy.
he seems like he's like the host. It seems like he's
he's
the
one
guy that-
or two. Like he's asking how many people over the table.
Yeah, and he's just standing there, like behind this like
he's a
lectern with a
villain?
book because of a mustache.
Yeah, I don't like the sound of this guy.
Wow. Now who's racist?
And his fingers are kind of tented, and he says, "It is the menu is very good today."
we're both like,
Is there like one posted?
What's that?
Is there a menu posted?
No, but you can ask for one.
I can't
That's
tell if he's
a
like
menu, please.
Greek or Chinese.
It says right away. And he'll reach underneath the podium and take out this wonderful vellum with like silk and silver kind of all rimmed around the line. And you open it up. On the menu today is roasted Mirabar river trout with barley brioche served with Switzel's port wine. We have poached goose with clove and dried peach compote served with Axe brand reserve dwarven whiskey. And he'll actually say this himself. He'll say this. He's like, "Of course I can read the menu." And he says, the prize, of course, is our 24-ounce dry-aged Desert Valley Porterhouse served with Sword Coast organic potatoes and a 1345 Cabernet from the Wizard of Wines.
I kind of lean over and I'm like, is there any kind of competitive, eat this in 15 minutes, get it for free? What are we dealing with here?
He thinks for a second, goes, "No."
And I laugh at him. I'm like, of course. Of course.
He says,
Why? Why would
So-
we have that?
"How many will be seated?"
I say, did you kill the animals by yourself?
Oh, no. We have butchers. We have butchers in the Desert and Valley that help us.
I say, okay, bye, and I leave.
Okay.
I'm standing there. I'm like,
I'm done with this place. I'm out of here.
I left my wallet.
Excuse me, I have actual business to tend to.
Of course. Why? Yeah.
So Brina, you went to Isum's.
Mm-hmm.
So you ride the elevator down one floor, second floor. It's a little darker down in the bottom floor, and it's actually where the bulwark is in the bottom floor. So, you go to where you were told, and there is no sign outside the shop. It's just this nondescript place. And when you walk in, inside's more like a living room than a shop. And you see sitting at the table this guy smoking a pipe. He seems tall for a dwarf, although he has like a thick red beard and kind of like red braided hair. He seems like taller than any dwarf you've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks up and says, "Can I help you?"
I say, I'm looking for Isum's blades.
Yeah.
That's you?
I'm Isun Aldawari. Sorry. He stands up and he's probably about 5 feet tall and not very. He's like strong. He looks strong and bulky, but he's not like portly. He's not portly like a dwarf, or at least most of the dwarves you've seen.
Okay.
He's like slightly shorter and slimmer than and a little thicker than a human, but lots of muscle.
Okay.
He says, "Bladed weapons."
Well, that's what I'm here to look for. So, I come essentially just looking to browse your items of more rare items. I'm looking for magic items. Do you have any magic items in stock that I can take a look at?
He says, I don't trade in magic, but what I make is magic."
So that's great.
Oh, David,
I like this guy.
Well, let me.
This is the guy.
Well,
if
I mean,
I
he's
may,
a guy, that's for sure.
He says,
If I-
I don't have a store. I only make custom work. Fit to the owner.
I see. Okay, so well, I guess why don't you tell me about like what's so special about these non-magical magic swords that you make?
He says, it'd be easier to show you. And he goes over to this wall, this back wall to where he was sitting. And it seemed like a normal wall, but he grabs two ends of it and pulls open into this showroom. And you can see, mounted against the wall, the most exquisite-looking katanas and great axes you've ever seen, just lined up and down. And they glimmer in the light of the fire. And he says, everyone made for a purpose, everyone made for a person.
Okay, and are these ones that just made their way back to you? Is that
These ones that never got picked up.
I see. Okay, mind if I like pointed a random katana? So you mind if I take a look at one?
Be my guest.
Okay, so if I can, I'm not sure if I can reach it, but if I can,
You can reach one on the bottom, or actually, he'll help you. He'll take it off its thing.
I imagine
Okay.
it's like a mom and pop like guitar store where there's just like
So it's a lot
It's
like
like the wooden
Hattori
room.
Hanzo's storefront in Kill
Like
Bill.
baseball.
Yeah.
Do you like baseball? Whoosh. And he, I love that movie. But so you see that there are great swords and great axes, and these all look like they're made out of this, almost like all the katanas seem like they're almost made out of this kind of greenish metal. That kind of has like an odd greenish tint to it. But he'll take one off with its scabbard and hold it to you, like allowing you to unsheath it. Your
Okay.
little body. This is a long weapon.
Okay, yeah. So
twice as long as you are tall.
I take two hands on the hilt and I just walk backwards.
Like it makes this like brilliant sound as you unsheath it.
And
And he says, you see some test dummies nearby. He says,
Fuck them up.
How dumb are they?
So first thing I do is I like hold it up in front of me and I take a look at it. Does it appear to have any sort of special properties?
sure, but not magical.
Yes. Well, I guess that's the thing is that I guess first thing I do is I will cast Identify for free, and that actually takes me. I'm not positive, but I think it actually takes me 10 minutes. So
Well, he'll see you kind of cast and he says, you don't have to. I don't practice in magic. He says, I'll tell you, all the katanas are made of adamantine.
Whoa.
And he says, it's not cheap. It's not even very practical, but I only work with the best. He says, take a swing.
yeah, so I fucking take it and I fucking take a swing.
So you take a splash on the test dummy. So basically, the adamantine katanas here, they're +1 weapons. They do 2d8 slashing or 2d10 versatile. And that's basically what they are. They're not magical, but they still are so finely crafted that they gain the +1 bonus.
This guy is Hattori Hanzo.
Pretty
Okay.
much. He'll also say, you see a number of great swords and great axes. He says all the great swords and great axes are mithril. And he says, basically it comes to the fact. Well, actually, he'll say, he's like, pick one up.
Yeah, so I grab a great sword.
All right. So normally these are like twice the size of you, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely huge. And you pick it up and it's like light as a feather. It's super light.
Oh, it won't
Okay.
do very much damage if it's light as a feather.
And he says, mithril. Very light, very sharp, very hard. And basically, these are +2 weapons that are light enough to be wielded in one hand. So these are great swords and great axes that can be wielded in one hand.
Whoa.
Fuck.
So good.
So it's +2. So like for stat sake, it is
Yeah.
+2, so it's +2 to attack and damage. But
Yep.
they also can be held with a single hand. So you
one
can
hand, yeah.
you can hold it with a shield.
How much is an adamantine blade? Oh my
Okay, so
god.
yeah. If you don't mind, how much would it? If I have a friend who does use things like this and might find this interesting, how much would it cost to have a great sword made?
He takes the katana from you and he does a thing where he You know,
Oh, yeah.
and puts it back
Got
very
it.
delicately. And he says, I only make it to the user. I'd have to meet him. I'd have to know him first.
And
He says-
the price depends on the person.
Sometimes. He says, each one I would sell for 8,500 once I get to know the man. He says, but if you can bring me the materials, I'll sell it for 3,000. He says, adamantine, mithril are expensive. If you can actually bring me raw adamantine and mithril, I'll cut down the price. He says,
All right.
I require 2 weeks to make the weapon. Uninterrupted.
Oh, we'll certainly make sure he leaves you alone.
And he just
We'll put him in an
token
extra
by
dimensional space or something.
Yeah. And I say, Isam, although
You're
those do feel amazing, and I can understand how a gnome could even use such an amazing sword pretty handedly. I think I will be bringing some people back who would like to talk to you about having something actually made. So I do appreciate you showing me all of these things.
Says, I'd love to meet my weapons wielder.
Perfect. All right. Well, hopefully
Only
you'll
I
see-
could
you'll
use
see
metal
me
weapon.
soon.
Oh my god.
Very good.
Maybe I'll just go blade.
Melee.
Fuck it.
And he'll actually like kind of bend down a bit to shake your hand.
All right. Yeah. I shake his hand and I walk out. I'll go
right.
back to
GTFO.
the bulwark.
All right. Good old Isum
Actually,
Aldari. He's always
is
an
it-
impressive person.
Yeah. He fucking rules. And
He's better than like the racist shop owner at the diner.
No, they were the best.
no, those guys are
And-
fucking amazing.
No, not the
So-
guys at Moradin's. The guys at the guy who was like a Chinese caricature. He had like a
No, he was amazing. Honestly, I was like, this.
He wasn't
guy
meant to be a
got it.
Chinese caricature.
You were like, oh yes, what can I make for you
I was
today?
trying to make him like a
He's like,
yeah, like, oh yes, we have many things on the items today, but I was
Yeah.
I'm bad at it. Anyways, Brina, as you're walking about, you're thinking about it, and you think that's probably the first half dwarf you've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah, like I definitely like I was thinking like I'm not sure if Brino would give a shit. She's like
Yeah, it's all about
fucking-
that fucking
Yeah.
money.
but
Look at that
More like
sunburn.
a
It's a
dwarf and
straight
half.
It's just like a passing thought. It's not something you stew on. You're like, huh, that was weird.
he was a half dwarf.
Yeah.
To me.
Oh, I'm sorry, Boots.
So you go back to the bulwark. You see that Droop is there eating his breakfast and his coffee with everyone else. And I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick.
I say we go there too. I'm like fucking.
Where, the bathroom?
Yeah, the bathroom. We all go to the bathroom.
Where do you to Isam's? Is that what you're
No,
saying?
to fucking.
We look for a dwarven outhouse, and we use the
In the
bathroom.
meantime, discuss amongst yourselves where you'd like to go.
All right.
Okay. So,
I'm gonna say we should probably check out Caleb. I kind of thought his was the most interesting. Perked my interest.
okay. Well, I think that obviously we must go to speak with Azian, because she
Yeah.
will provide magics and magic items for those willing to help her.
Okay, so what about the javelin? Thoughts on that?
Javelin.
Dylan, Bjorn.
I mean, are you talking to me? I thought you guys were still at the shop.
yeah, no, we're all back in the bulwark.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I
That
mean,
seems really interesting. I think it'd be really cool for Dove to have a javelin. You can like whip on because all his
I have
moves
no
are
need for a
bonus actions.
javelin. I probably couldn't even heft it effectively.
Yeah. I don't know much
is it
about javelin.
what is it? Dexterity or strength or what?
I mean,
I don't
out of
know.
character, I
Probably-
can tell you that sorcerers don't have proficiency in javelins.
Yeah, neither do
I
I.
don't think we all have proficiency in javelins, but like a hard 48 damage could be pretty fucking useful. I'm talking
Like
out of
13.
character because we're waiting for Booge.
Yeah,
Right.
obviously out of character. DC 13 is pretty low, and also I'm not allowed to even use metal weapons, so I couldn't use it
Oh.
anyway.
Okay, well maybe it's just
For
not
you,
good.
it'd be good. Like you can
talk
use
out of
javelin.
character all you want, by the way. I enjoy player talk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, no, I think it'd be really.
Yeah, I don't know why there's a stigma about player talk. I like
Don't
player
know.
talk.
Yeah, I like people thinking with their player brains and their character brains.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I could see a use for it. The price seemed pretty low. So for team-wise, it seems reasonable. It doesn't seem economic
You're
for
talking
one
about
person.
a communal javelin.
Yeah.
Communal javelin.
All right.
Because I
I
mean,
don't know if you have to be attuned to it, actually. Let me look that up.
I mean, Ricky definitely. Did you buy a bow?
yeah, I bought a $20 bow.
Okay.
You don't need to be attuned to the javelin of lightning.
All right.
And
I mean-
it can be a normal javelin. Can you strike with a javelin as though it were, or do you have
Really?
to,
Yeah.
it's exclusively?
I think it'd be really helpful, like
Yeah,
for Taurus, if he's like out of range, or if he has to like hit
Well,
something
he
far
just
away.
he got the horse, so now he's never not in range.
Yeah.
Well, you can
So
only cast that once
you-
per day.
Yeah, but I mean, when it really counts, he's got that. I mean, yeah, no, I think it'd be great. I don't javelins are dex.
So javelin is 1d6 piercing normally, so it's you can javelin with it. It can also be thrown. It has a 30, 120 range increment, so
Yeah.
30 feet normal and then 120 disadvantage.
Yeah, maybe it's just not economic right now, but it seems
Yeah,
an interesting
right now
purchase. Just because I could imagine just a flat damage like that, very pleasant on bigger monsters.
So is it
What's the
reusable?
last
Like
thing?
you go
Yeah,
pick
once
it
a day.
up?
You hurl it, and while it's in air, you do the word, and it turns into a bolt of lightning. And
Yeah,
then when
it
it's
does
done,
that.
it turns back into a javelin, and then you just
Okay.
The thing is, it's also guaranteed half of 40.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's like a flat damage like that
If
is
you hit
so
with
economically viable that it's like, fuck yeah, like amazing. Like a spell slot, like you don't need to use. Even if Bjorn just cared, you got another lightning bolt. Like,
Yeah.
that's great. So
I have no interest in it personally. I can't do
think
shit with it.
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying team wise, not.
I think
how
Brina,
you-
I think Brina
aggregate
is,
amount.
Yeah.
Brina is gonna buy it. I think.
Brina?
Well, we've seen all the places.
The
Maybe
javelin
we
blade.
should. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it all depends like what kind of money we start bringing in, because
There's also places up in the city above.
yeah, but that's shit. This is the good shit. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm
Good
saying.
shit. This is the good shit.
I'm just gonna say right now, I don't have much gold.
Yeah, I have no gold, so I'm
I have
making,
600 gold.
There you go. Cool. Well, we can wait on it. Honestly, we can do some stuff and see what kind of hauls we get, and then
the
we
thing
can.
is, we can always come
Yeah.
back to
At
it.
the very least, we should
Yeah.
at least talk to these people first, and then maybe consider buying it.
Unless it gets sold in that time.
Oh, fuck.
Dun dun
Booch,
dun
don't fuck with
dun.
me.
It is a
Don't fuck
steal.
Are you saying we should steal it?
Honestly, I was
Is it
thinking
time to do
about
one of those
stealing.
episodes again? It's been a while.
Yeah, but not long
those
enough.
days are behind me.
Look, Dove is not the same guy that Iswal is. Dove isn't going to throw himself on the spear.
Yeah. I want to fight our way out.
Sounds
Godspeed,
like
Ricky.
Ricky also had a change of heart as well.
Yeah, Ricky doesn't want to kill. Doesn't want to have to do that again. But okay, so yeah, pretty much we've decided we're not going to buy anything right now. I think.
Okay.
Right? Was that
Yeah.
Yeah,
so.
Peter? Was
I'm
that
down with
your-
the clown.
But I think economical.
Economical.
46
is.
damage for 700 gold permanent.
But it's only once a day. That's like not even. I don't know.
That's a spell
I don't
slot.
think
What
it's
do you
worth
mean?
it.
The spell slot. I mean,
Yeah, would you
if-
spend 700 gold to have one spell slot?
I would.
permanently?
Yes, absolutely.
Permanently, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
well,
Are you fucking kidding me?
I guess that's different.
Yeah, that if it was once and then never again, then I would.
Yeah.
But it's permanent.
To gain a spell slot, yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
Droop
see
will
you don't
say
see it's good, but
to all of you, he says, he's like rubbing his temples. He's like, we do have some appointments to keep, gentlemen. Have you thought about where you'd like to go first?
oh fuck, we didn't decide. Let's go to
Magic.
Eisen.
Well, I mean, unless anybody has any objections, I mean, Drasic seems to be referred to as an it, and I don't know what that is. So I don't know if I want to.
Droop will say he's like, oh shit, my webcam's off. I'm gonna have to fix that. Droop will kind of like rubbing his temples again and say he is trustworthy. As far as I know, he is trustworthy, and he seems like a human, or, well,
Say a trustworthy it.
yes, a trustworthy it. He says he's provided me information networks, spy networks. He's told me everything he wants to know, and he dislikes evil. He doesn't kill, I don't think, or his men and women don't.
Like in my line of work, previous work, of course, you know, some of the most honest people and honorable people, thieves.
And Yoon will actually turn to you, Ricky, and he says, and she'll just say, he's an honest thief.
I'm like, there you go.
I definitely don't dispute that thieves can be honest. But yeah, just going by my gut, we've got Caleb who wants to murder a bunch of dwarves for potentially no reason.
No.
No, he wants to raise in power by killing for bringing down Helm.
He wants power and wealth.
No. Jarzak wants to. He's trying to look. You're talking about Caleb.
Yeah.
Droop will say that he's trying to investigate the Sons of the Hewn Forge. He thinks they're corrupted.
Hewn Forge. Oh, okay, yeah. Why I got this whole thing?
The thing is, I thought you said go after, which to me meant kill all of them.
Oh, sure.
Kill indiscriminately.
You are a great investigator.
He says,
at least once he was.
I don't know what he has planned, but he is a member of the Council of Sparkling Stones, the ruling body of the city, so he has to be very discretionary about who he talks to. If he works against the Sparkling Stones' wills, he can get in a lot of trouble.
Sounds like some espionage is needed.
And I love a little discretion. My new discreet friend.
So, should we split up, or are we gonna go to each person as a group?
Oh, in my opinion, I believe we should go together.
Droop will say, I do believe, I agree, Ricky, I agree. And he says, putting our best foot forward, we should show ourselves for who we are. They asked to talk to my team, so I would like to send my team in whole.
Then
I shrug and say, then off we go.
My vote is for Asian.
All right. Yeah. So out of character, I'm thinking. So, there seems a lot of interest in Asian, but then I also have interest in Caleb. So maybe
I have a bias. So
yeah, no, I understand what your character's doing, and I'm down. I'm down because I could use some money and I could use some friends, so I'm gonna follow you guys now. But I feel like my character's skills and abilities could maybe work better with Caleb.
Okay. So what do you want to do?
After wherever Eisen takes us, let that be. But Caleb is a interest to me.
Okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta pee, but yes.
So that sounds great. Yeah. I say we go there. We go.
Wait, I also will pee while he pees.
Visit Asian.
You're going to Asian?
Yes.
Asian Koruzak.
That's the magic person?
Yes, the Koruzak clan seems to be like one of the only clans allowed to use magic in Mirabar.
I would have an interest in them.
She's not on the council, but wants to get on the council. So
that's what she told me. I don't know exactly what she has planned.
Okay. And yeah,
and he'll say she's quite eccentric. Just a fair warning. Quite old.
The one way to skin a cat, if you know what I mean.
My middle name.
Brina eccentric.
Cat's foot.
All right. So to Asian, it seems Asian Koruzak.
Yeah. Droop warned us by saying that she is very eccentric.
Hey, who isn't eccentric?
I'm like, I'm not. I'm fucking level-headed.
I only know 3 people in the world, and they're all eccentric.
And the rest of them are dead. All right. I'll wait till Brandon gets back. But
you guys want to see my cat?
Aw.
Yeah.
She just peed or drooled on me or something.
Your cat does drool.
Yeah, she's a big drooler.
I knew a drooling cat once.
Yeah, she's like a fucking wet mouth motherfucker. Okay, just are we playing till 11? I'm like actually exhausted. I was sleeping before this.
We can do this kind of introduction and see where
Cool.
we're at.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine with me.
Really sleepy. I'm sunburned. Do you see my hands?
How'd you get a sunburn?
I was in Governor's Island all day. Governor's Island?
Governor.
I love that
The
place.
Governor's Ball.
Where's Governor's Island?
It's like 1 minute away from New York. Like
Alright.
Near Liberty Island.
you like quite literally get on a boat and then you get off a boat.
Yeah, you drive for like 5 minutes.
If that. It's pretty ridiculous. But it's like covered in art and like bullshit. But it's like all these like I was actually talking to one of like the people who work there. They were like, it's
like an insane asylum from the 1920s.
yeah, it's really fucking weird. And they're like, it's all the old buildings and they're all just like fucking blown out. It's really interesting.
Like, we must preserve the history.
It's like where Typhoid Mary's from, right?
Oh, Governor's Island wasn't the one I was thinking of when we were talking yesterday or this morning, Kyle. It was what's this place called?
I just rode a tandem bike all
Yeah,
day.
Roosevelt Island.
Is Brandon like taking a shit or what's the deal?
I think
Did
I
you
just
go to
saw
the-
Brandon walking around.
Did you go to the Hollow Center, Kyle? No?
I don't think so. What is that?
I don't know. There's a place called the Hollow Center.
The Hollow. Welcome to the Hollow.
There was like Area
Sounds
X
like
and I
something from
fucking biked
StarCraft.
around it.
Yeah.
It was like really like
Did you go to the
cut off.
holodeck, Kyle?
I wish. No, I went to like the compost area and like watched a bunch of goats.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So since Brandon's back,
Yes.
Droop will give you instructions as where to find the Karuzak clan's household. He will point it towards. He'll tell you that it's in the Homeway, which is in the west of the city, basically the residential district. And you'll begin going there if you want to.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I'm good.
I'll play Taurus. He puts out his pipe and goes, "Nuke it!" And fucking puts
No, I'll
back
play
in
Taurus.
his-
He says Dove is the best and magic is the
Oh
best.
my god.
Oh no!
Hashtag wrecked.
Oh,
Literally destroyed.
Pickle Rick. So
Rick.
you go. You start making your way out from the market stack. You take the elevator down to the middle floor, and you start heading west. And once again, like I said, all the roads are just lined with gems. Like instead of like lines to designate the streets, they are rows of gems, just inlaid into the ground. Giant gemstones hang from the ceilings, and also like lampposts with just massive yellow sapphires on top of flame. It's like, for Ricky, a former thief, just like looking out, you're like this. It's like you're having like a fucking panic attack.
I guess as I walk, I kind of like try to
Like
kick
foaming at
one
the
out.
mouth.
I'm like,
They are firmly in place.
I'm like,
You
motherfucker.
also see, as a thief, there are guards everywhere you go, and they're just eyeing you. In fact, you're probably all asked for your papers at least once on your way there. You're probably stopped in the street and asked, but everything checks out. You come upon this building once again set into the rock, and it seems like a 3-story permanent fixture set into the rock, and it's massive, way bigger than pretty much any of the other kind of residencies around here. And like most of the other noble houses in Mirabar, the outside is decorated with tons of gemstones and fine metal crisscrossing everywhere. Unlike most other houses, and you have not seen this anywhere else, they have a gated-in lawn that extends about 15 feet out into the street to this black iron gate.
Like grass?
Yeah, green grass down here.
Are there high tides?
I look at that grass really hard.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
Is it real?
From where you're standing, you're probably 10 feet away from the actual lawn or the gate, but it looks real. You also see that there are a number of plants and flowers hanging in boxes outside the window, which you've seen in no other building down here.
Yeah, it's dark.
Spooky.
Okay.
All right, yeah, let's walk.
Bjorn,
on
would you like
in.
to step closer, take a look at the grass?
Wood.
Okay. As you move probably within about 10 feet, you hit what feels like a glass wall.
Hey, get out of the way. I want to smell the grass.
You push.
Move, you
and there
inanimate
seems to be-
object, you.
It's like there's a giant glass wall in front of you. You can't see anything, but you can't move any further. And as soon as you kind of smush your face against this, you see in one of the windows of the house this bird, this kind of largish bird, just flutter down. It looks exotic, and there's like scales down its back. Kind of looks almost like a macaw, but there's like it's made of like multiple colors. And it flies out of the window and perches on the rail right in front of you. And it says, "Who are you here to see? Who are you here to see?
Say hello, bird.
Who are you here to see?
We're here to see Lady Kazric.
Ron, who are you here to see?"
I
Lady
fucking
Kazric.
step forward. I'm like, we're here to see someone prettier than me, my friend.
And then it says, "Damn right, damn right." And then it flies off
Yeah.
back into the
Oh,
building.
shit.
Yeah.
And,
I pat you on the back. I'm like, no one's prettier than Lady Kazrak.
Korzak. Jesus.
Korzak.
So you wait a few moments after you see the bird return into the building. And the door kind of creaks open to the front, this big square stone door. And standing in the doorway is this weathered, ancient-looking dwarf woman standing there. She has 5 or more gem-covered necklaces dangling over an intricate purple robe. She has piercings and jewelry studded in her gray hair and bangles of rubies and sapphire, and at least a dozen rings. She walks with.
So
this
she looks like
plain-
Steven Tyler, is what you're saying.
A little short, older. She walks with this plain but imposing staff made of bronze with a swirled design at the end. And it stands at least 2 feet taller than her. And the shaft is riddled with these runes all the way down. And I'll put a picture of her if I can find it. There it is. Ba-choo. Uploading.
Where is it? Oh, there she is.
Yeah, she looks exactly like Steven Tyler.
And she looks up at you, and she'll yell out into the thoroughfare, "You're the goblins, men!" And you can kind of hear this echo, "Men." And like some people like turn around, they're like,
I say, yes, we are the goblins men.
Do a very monkish bow. No, like the troop of Droop.
"It's all right. Come inside, but don't let any of the ruffians in." And she turns.
I
and-
nudge Taurus and I say, "Oh, sounds like you better stay outside, lad."
He's like,
Chinese.
The Chinese piss everywhere.
Let's talk about work. She'll clap the staff twice against the ground. And what once was invisible, you see this massive force field shimmer and dissipate around the building.
Then I jump onto the grass and I rub my face on it and smell it.
Dylan, that's so good.
It seems like the sweetest sawgrass you've ever, just beautiful, fresh sawgrass, summer sawgrass.
Say, ah.
we're all watching and we're just like,
Seems completely real. All right, and would you like to go inside the building? She's left the door open. She's gone inside.
oh, fuck yeah. Taurus walks in first. He's like,
So outside of the building, there are 2 massive stone statues of Moradin. Excuse me, and they're like 15 feet tall on either side, and you all walk past them. Let's see.
Hey, pats one on the bum.
You want to?
Yeah.
Okay. Ricky, make a perception check.
Oh God.
Nice.
I done.
Always a good sign.
You are shot with lasers.
When you do that, you swear you can hear, and you think you see the head move a little bit towards you.
Like, oh no! No one touched them.
Oh my
No one
God.
touched these.
Why
They
should
are
we not touch them,
unpleasant.
Master Lightning?
Well, you just don't touch other people's stuff. You ever heard of that? Dove, it's not nice.
Ah, he seems reasonable.
Yeah.
I turn and don't think anything more of it and walk away.
And I'm like, ooh.
Yeah. As you walk past the 2 massive statues, You enter a lavish foyer filled with luxurious furniture, paintings, chandeliers, wall sconces made out of like precious metals. There's hundreds of precious gems lining every wall, and gold and platinum filigree outline the archways.
It's always
into
filigree.
every room.
Hashtag filigree.
Hashtag filigree. And there's a heavy scent of incense burning everywhere around here. And there are dozens of exotic birds all hanging in elaborate cages from the walls and the ceiling. And they're all squawking things in different languages.
Nice.
You see from one of the archways, you see what you assume to be Asian come out kind of like hobbling kind of busily with a bit of a limp into the foyer, and she has this big tray of tea, like various kind of teacups and tea kettle things, and when she gets you, she'll shove a cup of tea into each one of your hands. And she says, drink up.
I chug the tea.
Yeah,
I don't chug the tea. I sip it politely.
Okay.
I go,
And as you're drinking it, she's like eyeballing all of you over her teacup.
Yeah.
Trouble, milady.
She says, no, but it's good.
I'm like, oh, good enough for me.
She says, you're not a bunch of demons here to rob me. That's a nice change of pace.
Oh, well, I'm
Just
not
had to
sure
make
about the
sure.
dwarf here, but I can speak for the rest of us in saying we're all good folk.
No, he would have turned after drinking it. And she says, so.
And he's
go,
like, yeah.
She says, so.
and I'm like, just kidding.
Down to business. I need personal documents. They're locked in an underwater temple deep in the mines. You in?
Hang on, let me write that in my
Whoa.
notes.
I'm like, underwater mine.
What kind
No,
of
the
documents?
mine's not underwater. The temple is.
Oh,
Stay-
yeah.
And she like slap you in the face. Come on.
Okay, yeah, no. Sorry,
Can,
that's
can
my
you repeat
mistake.
that? She needs personal documents. They're in a temple that's underwater near a mine.
Deep in the mines.
Deep in
Wants
the
to
mine.
schlep down to the underwater
She
mines.
should actually say deep in my mines.
Say what kind of papers?
She says heritage documents.
Ah, yes. Gotta have those.
And
That's a-
might I ask why you need these documents?
Oh, if you must. Jesus. No one can just do a thing anymore. They have to know everything.
Well, you've offered me no gold yet. I have no reason to do this thing.
I'm not offering you any gold. I'm giving you mages and magic items. You're the goblins men, right? Are you not this men? We
Yeah.
already agreed on things.
Oh.
I say,
What?
if we do
Efficient.
this, will you let me cast magic in the city?
If I get to the Council of Sparkling Stones, my friend, which you're going to help me do, then yes, you can cast every fucking spell you want.
Yes.
And she said,
So I'm
turns
like,
back to Dove and says, so if you must know, my family's lineage documents were lost in a temple to Gorenzin. He was a high priest of Moradin, extolled the use of magic in everyday life. But Mirabaran society saw that as heresy more than 150 years ago, when I was middle-aged, and flooded the whole fucking temple. And now it sits at the bottom of the glittering lake in the bottom of one of my family's mines. And somewhere in that temple, the official line of heritage to the Korzak family resides.
And if you get these documents, you'll be on the council?
Oh, I hope so. I'll be throwing that bastard Caleb Jarzak out on his ass where he deserves.
Caleb not well liked?
I
You're not-
see.
You're opposed to Caleb?
Says that bastard Karzak is on the council for one reason and one reason only. And as she's doing this, she's like wringing the staff that she's holding like tightly. Says he married into my family and forged his heritage documents. That Weasley piece of garbage. Before he knows,
Genius.
he says because he knows that we don't have ours. It should be me or my idiot grandson on that council. Let me tell you, it's utter garbage, and I'm sick of it. The world is going to shit, and I'm not going to die before I have a word about it. If I have those heritage documents, I can prove to those cocksuckers that Jarzak is an unworthy slime. The Korzak clan's been pushed around for too long, and we're going to have our day, and all of you are going to help me. Yes?
Yeah.
more tea.
I'm like, well, we all agree that Jarzak is a fucking cocksucker. There's no doubt.
I
about
wave my
that.
hand at Master Lightning and say, and you say you offer us mages and magic for our services?
Can we please detail that? I'll second his inquiry.
Magic items, you say?
She says, my family are all experienced magic users. 12 grandchildren.
I love magic.
She says, my children died during the spell plague. I'm the only one left to control them. They're all a bunch of fucking idiots. She says, but they're powerful.
I like this
Powerful.
lady.
And she says, that little goblin says that you're mounting a fight against Helm's Hold.
That's true.
Would you like 12 powerful magic users at your side when you do that?
What manner of magic users?
She says, she rattles off all the schools of magic, and she says, one for each type and more.
Sounds complicated.
She says, I taught them all different things so they'd never be as powerful as me.
I whisper in Elvish to Dove, maybe we should see what Caleb has to offer.
And it says, Caleb's
Oh.
a piece of shit. You don't need to see what he has to offer.
Damn.
What are these magic items that you're speaking of?
She says, oh, I've got things for hundreds of years ago. I got all kinds of crap.
I got a whole bunch of bullshit.
Well, I mean,
And you're saying this is ours along with your mages.
you might have like hundreds of 100-year-old wands of wonder, but nobody wants that.
Oh, they don't?
I like arch one eyebrow when I hear him mention that, but then I don't like say anything to do with
I
it.
say, have you ever seen a wand of wonder? Ever seen what that thing can do?
She says, well, what do you want? Healing potions, potions of heroism, potions of speed, spells of clone, finger of death, scrying, power, sun, foresight, ion stones, swarming insects, wands of the war mage, anything? I got them all, and I can help you all if you just get me this goddamn thing, because I'll be sitting on the council and I can do whatever the fuck I want, and then my idiot grandson can do whatever the fuck he wants.
And when you say you'll help us, that means you'll give them to us for free, of course, yes?
No!
I turn and
Okay.
I look at the rest of the party and I say, well, let's go see what Caleb can offer. And I turn to walk out of the...
I said,
Out of the room.
one final thing, ma'am.
What?
Do you have any idea how one strike force might go underwater into a temple?
She says, with
That's-
these. And she picks these three little vials that you kind of... Or not three, but 5 vials on the tea plate that you kind of didn't think of. And she says, with these.
Are they potions of water breathing?
Without looking
What
back
the
over my
fuck do you
shoulder,
think
I
they
wave my
are?
hand and I say, of course they're potions of water breathing, Brina. Let's go see what Caleb can offer us.
Says, if you go talk to that slime, Caleb, you're never coming back here again.
I wave my hand over my shoulder and say, then I'll see you never, and walk out.
Good. I didn't
Dang.
like that little bitch anyways.
It is a bit.
As you leave the building, you can feel the wall force come up behind you.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, so
Yeah, no, I fucking take it and I fucking roll it in my
Says-
hand.
I say, I
I
like
don't know
that
what
lady.
Caleb's offering, but I think
His
we all
offer's
know-
good too, which is kind of
What is it then?
fame and fortune, the usual
Make a
Caleb
deception
bullshit.
check. Make a deception check.
Gosh, you know who's really good at deception checks?
Me.
Asian Korzak.
Not that though.
No.
Well, you just left, so
He
see you
says-
later.
She says, you wouldn't have been here if you would have talked to him. He hates me as much as I hate him.
Yeah,
So stop
that's
bullshitting around. 12 powerful magic users when you storm Helm's Hold.
12 magic users. All right, fine. Temple sounds good. I've killed a bunch of people in Temple before. What are we dealing with? What do you got for us?
I've never been down there. It was my father's mine.
Hey, where's
My
the
husband
entrance to this?
controlled it for a while. I let him control it for a while. He was
Yeah.
married in the family. He was a piece of shit too.
Sounds awful.
She's
I say,
very
where is
grumpy.
the entrance to the mine?
She will say it is in the Miners' Burrow.
It's in Mirabar.
So there is the northern section of the city is the Miners' Burrow, which is where all of the mining businesses operate out of. But it's also the place where all of the mines go into the mountain.
Okay.
So whatever families own whatever mines, they operate out of that area.
Well, I look at the party and I say, this sounds good to me.
Sounds interesting. We do love killing temples of water
Pass the
beasts.
magic.
we
Go
do.
City.
Ah,
Well,
no. All right, well, I take it and I fucking put it in my pocket. I take all 5. And I'm just like, shh.
As soon as I walk out of the building, I feel the wall come up behind me. I point a finger over my shoulder and cast message to
Whoa, you can't cast magic, dude.
I mean, I'm a sorcerer. I spend a sorcery point and then nobody knows I'm casting magic. Invisible magic.
Gonna be crucified.
Can you? Here's a question. Can you? Where are you casting it? What are you casting? I'm sorry.
I'm casting message.
To whom?
I'm gonna cast it to probably Bjorn. Probably seems the most level-headed of the bunch.
I just gotta see if you can cast things through a wall of force.
I don't know about wall of force, but I can definitely cast it through like solid matter.
Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Wall of thorns, wall of stone, warding
1 foot of
bombs,
stone.
wall of ice, wall of force. Yeah, it's too bad you weren't walking sideways when it came back up, or else you would have been fucking like the cell
sliced in half.
Yeah.
You crab walk everywhere. That's a part of your character.
Also, for the record, I would say Brina's more level-headed than me.
Yeah, but
yeah, Bjorn fucking snapped on us.
Oh, he didn't? When did Bjorn snap on us?
He didn't like
at the market.
Rala, yeah, he didn't like Rala for something.
Yeah, didn't prefer a
fucking talker over here, whatever you said. So it doesn't. Yeah, you can cast through the wall of force.
I cast to Bjorn.
Talkers make me thirsty.
I cast to Bjorn and say, I'm gonna go see what Caleb has to offer. Keep her busy, and I'll let you know if we should take her offer or Caleb's. Give me about 10 minutes.
Whisper back, okay.
Bjorn, the man of many words.
Well, man of many letters. That's 2 letters so far.
Yeah.
And I make my way to Caleb Jarzak's house.
Okay.
Wait, instead of that, I whisper back, but don't you want to be able to cast magic in the city? Magic.
I don't reply.
Okay. So Caleb Jarzak's actually, his residence is in the government district, as he is a governmental officer. So it's probably going to take you about 15, 20 minutes to walk there.
Can I retcon saying give me about 10 minutes and say give me about 40 minutes?
Long it takes.
Okay. So you start heading off that way. The rest of you, Asian's like, well, I haven't got all day or year or
I'm like,
decades.
Sure, whatever. You seem upstanding and mean. So
I say, as long as you're willing to shake on helping me out with acquiring items that might be of particular use.
I say, our friend here is a sort of an expert on magic items. Do you mind if she would take a look at these?
She is she? Yeah. And she looks at you. What? He says, go ahead. You're talking about the potions of water breathing?
Oh no, he means just like.
Oh, I mean like the
I want
magic
to see
items.
more
that she would
random
offer
items.
us.
Okay.
No, I'm saying as long as she agrees to help me in acquiring something interesting that is of use to me.
And she says, all my things are for sale, dearie. If you want to buy, you got the coin or the banknote. It's all for sale.
Okay,
All right,
that's what
well,
these
I'm not
people
just
are
going to
paying.
give away my inheritance from my grandchildren to some gnome. No offense, I'm not racist against your people, but
but I'm a little racist.
I'm not going to give it away to anybody when my idiot grandson's gonna need the fucking money.
Who is your grandson?
That's great.
What's wrong with your grandson?
He's an idiot, I already said.
Yeah, no, I get along well with idiots. Just happens.
She'll chuckle at this and say, yeah, you seem like you would.
And I'm like, what? Would I know him? An idiot like me?
She says, Beltor! Beltor! Are you here? Says, yeah, grandma. And you see coming down from the stairs, this ladder stair in the foyer. This young dwarf with not really a beard, just kind of like less than I have right here. This kind of scruff and kind of wiry, wavy hair. And says, yeah, what do you want? He says, what do you think of these idiots? You see, idiot? And he's like, well, He's
I
like,
don't know,
"Can I go
Grandma.
back upstairs?" He's like, "Yeah, go back upstairs. He's gonna be sitting on the fucking council someday.
Oh no.
That's the way I want it.
Is that a bad thing?
Gonna marry him off to some intelligent bitch."
Yeah.
She
What's
says
Beltor into?
The Gorzak line will last for 1,000 years, longer than I already have.
Well, he seems very pleasant. What's he like to do? What's he about?
I don't know, probably jacking off most of the time.
I'm like, well.
Well, I never.
Yeah, like, well, we don't say that in the above world, but.
So, and actually, she'll say, if you want to have a take a look at the goods, my lady, we can have a look at the goods.
I go and take a look at the goods.
So
themselves.
she'll start bringing you around. Like it's not a store; it's her house. So like
Yeah.
she starts like she's like, "Where did I put that thing?" Okay, and like open up, drawers and moving silverware around and stuff. She's got a whole bunch of shit. I mean, she's got potions of healing. She's got potions of heroism, potions of speed. She's got spell
Any
scrolls.
staff for the woodlands?
Nope. Spell scrolls of very specific
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, Dylan, you really went all in there.
This isn't a fucking auction house in an MMO.
I got a staff for the woodland. 200 gold, 300 gold.
She's got spell scrolls of clone, finger of death, scrying, power word, stun, foresight. She's got an Ioun stone. She's got a staff of swarming insects.
What is an iron stone?
An Ioun
A
stone.
rock that floats around your head and gives you
It's
wicked
whoops.
cool shit. Ion stones are actually the coolest item in the D&D universe, in my opinion.
they're pretty damn cool.
Really? Why? What did they do?
It's
Each
literally
have
a
a different
rock that
effect.
floats around your head and like gives you +1 strength or like an extra
Wow.
spell slot.
Let me look it up real quick.
That's so cool.
Well, you
She
can't
also
be
has
surprised.
a +3 wand of the War Mage and a wand of paralysis.
Mm.
She's got a lot of other shit, but she's like as she's looking at some, she's like, "Nah, I actually don't want to sell that," and like puts it back. So
How do you spell the Ioun?
IOUN.
IOUN. In the meantime, Dove, you
Wait, did she have a deck of many things?
not the one that she showed.
Deck of many things and Ion Stone are like the two best items.
Very old school. There's that and Wand of Wonder and
Those
like,
are those are probably top 3.
Bag of Holding. Yeah, the classic kind of.
Bag of Holding is like boring though. It's like really good.
But I mean, they're
just
classic
boring.
D&D items.
Yeah.
So, you go to the Founder's Forge in the east of the city, where the governmental district is. While you're walking there, you walk past, which you would know, you've been here long enough, which is the Bank of Mirabar, this massive, imposing structure in the center of the Founder's Forge. You walk down these brilliant streets covered in rubies, street lamps made of sapphires. Each huge stone edifice is built into the rock. You eventually come up to where you've been pointed out, which is Caleb Jarzak's estate, and it's an impressive showing of stonework and gemcraft. Outside the large square stone door, there's 2 guards standing in golden armor, standing there. When you approach them, they'll like look at each other and say, "Alt."
I don't. How far am I from them when they stop me?
About 10 feet.
I continue walking. I don't really break my stride. I say, "I'm here to see Caleb."
They put down their spears pointed directly at you. And they say, "Yeah, we knew, but not just you. We're supposed to be a team, right?"
A strike team.
And should it be a problem that the whole crew can't come here? Come now. I'm a busy man and I need to see Caleb.
Caleb's a busy man and he needs to see the whole team. Those were the orders.
I shrug and say, then I guess Caleb doesn't need to see us that badly, does he?
Guess not.
I turn and over my shoulder I wave and I cast suggestion.
Okay.
I will again spend a sorcery point so that it's not thing. I'll roll a thing. I rolled a 13. Everything's fine. And I suggest to him that he should go and some or wisdom save DC 16. I suggest to him that he should go and get Master Jarzak and that he needs to speak to me right away.
Okay. He rolled a 17.
Dang it! Why is everybody
So he
saving on all my throws?
So let's see. If he wins that, does he know that he's been suggested?
No.
I failed save.
To the pit with you.
Well, yeah, they're gonna probably kill you right here if they know they're being casted upon.
No, it doesn't do
Court
that.
official's house. Okay. So
Yay! Happiness.
Well, that's disappointing. Fuck. Why is
Well,
everybody
hey,
rolling
not
so
dying
well?
is huge.
They're guards. Why do they have good wisdom saves?
because they're axes of Mirabar. They are
Oh,
the
come
most
on.
well-trained veteran
Oh,
soldiers.
you mean the guys that
in
got
Northern
pumpkin jellied?
Oh,
By a
wait. Can I
giant,
use
yes.
Bend Luck?
Who fucking like got a
Uh-oh.
20, I think.
You might as well not die. I guess you can die.
Wait, I'm going to use Bend Luck to subtract this much from his saving throw. Cool. So he doesn't make the save.
Can you use more than one sorcery point thing?
Yes. I can't use more than one meta magic unless I specify it before casting, with the exception being empowered spell. But Bend Luck is separate from that. I believe. I'll double check. I'm pretty sure that Bend Luck says like after I get to know what the roll is, but before I know whether they save or not.
That's pretty important in this case. So
when another creature you can see makes an attack roll, an ability check, or a saving throw, you can use your reaction and spend 2 sorcery points to roll 1d4 and apply the number rolled as a bonus or penalty, blah, blah, blah. You can do so after the creature rolls, but before any effects of the roll occur.
okay. So what?
So before the effects of the saving throw occur, I use Bend Luck to subtract 4 from his saving throw.
All right. What do you want to happen?
I suggest to him that Master Jarzak needs to speak with me right away.
Okay. Roll for wild magic again for using them sorcery points.
7. It
All right.
looked like a 1 for a second, but it was a 7.
That would have been fun. He says, right. And the other one's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And one of the guards will kind of march up into the
He
estate.
goes off all nervously like, "Ugh."
Yeah. And he'll wait. You'll wait a couple minutes outside, and then eventually, the guard comes back out, and stepping out of the house, you see this man, this dwarf rather. He's a youngish-looking dwarf wearing furs. What's most striking about him is his glowing green eyes. And I'll put a picture of him. 1 second.
Oh.
Does he
He
have a
steps
sick
out.
mohawk?
He steps out in the front and he says, "You're supposed to be Gaffis' strike team, eh?
The rest of my team is busy at the moment. They sent me to gather information.
Make a persuasion check.
Can do, boss.
Or make a deception check, actually.
Good, because I don't like that roll.
Oh, okay. He says, "What information do you need? I need to speak to the whole group."
And I am to relay this information to the group. What I need to know is what you can offer us and why this is worth our time.
Men.
That's it? I prefer women myself, and there's only one woman in our company.
He'll turn around and start walking back into his estate.
Okay, I turn and walk away.
All right. The rest of you, is there anything you're interested in looking at buying or from?
Wait, it's
Not
for
at
sale
this
now?
moment, no. I seem to flick at some of her magic moving objects. Just like
How much?
listlessly. I'm like,
Wait, you talking about her magic items?
Yeah.
How much is the staff of swarming insects?
The staff of swarming insects. She's like, 4,200.
Good number.
420.
I know.
So what kind? I don't understand the iron stone. Is it can be one of like 20 different things? It's a bunch of different items. So
there are many
what-
different kinds of ion stone.
Guys, so can you tell me?
Yeah.
Can you tell me what kind it is?
1 second. You guys love your shopping.
Also, yeah, you gotta like go to bed, guys.
Shopping.
It's like,
Which is
Yeah,
the
let's
shopping?
end it.
or like shopping.
It is the which one did I get? Intellect.
Morty.
Perfect for you, Pete.
Intellect, actually, it's not perfect at all.
No,
It's
he
not
already
even-
has a 20
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
because he's a Pete character.
He also has a 20 agility and a 20 strength and a 20
20
constitution.
charisma and a 20 wisdom.
All the spell scrolls go for 20 grand each. The potions of healing, she has 5 of them. They're 150 apiece. The potion of heroism goes for 5,000. The potion of speed goes for 40 grand. The iron stone for 3 grand. Staff of swarming insects, 4,200. The +3 wand of the war mage goes for 42 grand. And the
I
wand
want
of
that plus 3
paralysis
staff of
is,
the war mage so badly.
and the wand of paralysis is 6,300.
Okay, cool. Great, thanks.
I'll give it a thumbs up and say, hey,
Are you going to the mines?
Of course.
Yeah, we're
Of
going
course
to the
we
mines.
are.
Probably go and like get some food first, maybe.
Yeah, you gotta have lunch. We're not crazy.
Yeah, we got the water breathing potions, right?
I pat him in my pocket. Ching, 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 ching.
You give us 3 water breathing potions?
5.
5.
5.
She says that's how you're getting to the fucking bottom of the lake.
Yeah, you wanna put it on our map or fucking pull out the she circles it.
She will tell you where the mine entrance, her family's mine entrance is. And she says, "I've never been down there."
Like, I bet it's beautiful.
Find it
don't worry.
yourself.
Okay.
What'd you say?
I said, I bet it's beautiful. Don't worry.
No, it's fucking horrible. There's probably some nasty. There's probably nasty shit living down there now.
Oh boy.
She's like, including my ex-husband. No, wait, maybe. And then she's like thinking. She's like, anyways, yeah, go down there, go to the bottom of the lake, get into the temple, get the heritage papers. Yeah.
Great.
Is the temple flooded? I ask.
She says no, the mines aren't flooded.
Okay.
She says there's a lake in the mines where the temple was,
Oh, okay.
or the temple is rather. And she says, yeah, and she'll relay it again. She's like, no, it's Gorenzen. He was a priest, a Moradin, and everyone saw this heresy, so they flooded the whole fucking place.
Excellent.
I give her a thumbs up. I fucking
I say,
walk
consider
out.
it done, my lady.
Like, don't chop me into with your laser field.
All right, clink, clink. You see it dissipate again in front of the house.
I'm like, you can get those statues checked out. They're haunted.
And she looks at him and she's like, they look like they're working fine to me.
Great. I can leave this house.
All right. So
So,
where would you guys like to go?
well, I give a sly smile and say, I'm fucking checking out Drazek. This guy sounds like he's on the up and up.
Drasik?
Yeah,
Or do you mean Caleb?
Drazek,
You mean
the master thief.
Thief, the honorable
So-
thief.
so you wanna go and talk to him?
Yeah, I mean,
We might as well.
as much as I stand with Eisen, it's, got a
You
weird
didn't say
vibe
that she
from him.
hates Drazek, so that's a sign.
Yeah,
Didn't mention.
and I was like, I don't think she knows about Drazek.
She might not. Let's go and take a look.
All right. Well, I gotta go to bed. I can't play anymore. I gotta go to bed.
I'd
Sorry.
say that's that's
Well,
where-
we'll end here with do one quick thing. As you're
Okay.
like standing outside, you see Hugh and Mune have been kind of following you guys. They're standing kind of off in the distance, like by one of the buildings. When they see you, they say, "Oh, looks like we happen to be in the same area."
I'm like, I guess so. Yeah.
But you're like, no, they've been following us the whole time. And they say, come here, all of you. And they duck into kind of this little side hallway, or side alleyway, I should say, away from most of the houses. And Hugh will take out a tiny whistle, and he'll just play one prolonged note. And you see the wall of this alleyway begins to shimmer and an outline occurs. And you see Hugh and Mune just walk right through the stone.
Harry
and then you'll see a hand come out and go like this.
I walk through there.
Yeah, I fucking get in that hole. I don't fucking wait.
I jump through there.
And that's where we'll end tonight's session.
Yeah.
All right. Whoa.
Nice job, Troop.
Strike Force. Strike Force Troop.
Strike Force.
I definitely want to say all of these sessions have been like very, very fun. Like,
are you enjoying it?
Which I think you're getting better and better at characters, like by the fucking character.
Yeah,
like,
you really did.
I like
all I had to do was
believed it.
destroy every character in the game and rewrite the entire campaign.
Yeah,
That's all I had to do.
that's
No,
all.
that's actually-
Wow.
As
You
much
did
as
that.
it was already good before. That's the thing.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I hope you are enjoying it.
These are.
And no joking aside, I mean, this, like, it's been a shit ton of extra unneeded work that I put on myself to fucking basically rewrite the entire campaign in a couple weeks. But it honestly has been nice because it's just been like clean slate. I can just fucking throw all that shit away and be like, what do I want to do? Like, what are the things I want to do now? And it's nice.
Yeah.
Well, hey, Booj, we were talking about this before we started recording, but do you want to plug your podcast now that it's essentially your podcast?
I don't even know where to find it. It's called Don't Copy That Floppy.
I think it's on Chipbit. It's like Chipbit.
Why? What do you do on it?
I have been co-hosting a video game podcast.
Oh wow!
With Lex's podcast. And
no idea podcast.
Yeah, he does it for this
Chipbit, as in I'll type it in the chat here.
Chipbit Radio. I think.
Don't copy that floppy. Google that, and it'll come up with a link to the podcast.
Well, guys, I have to run to bed just because I'm exhausted.
I hope you had fun, Kyle.
I did. I had a fucking blast. I have a blast literally every time I play this campaign. But yeah, this was great. All right, I'll see you guys
next week.
Whenever. Next week.
Next Droop time. Next Droop channel.
How will the boys get out of this one, in girl?
Yeah.
How will the Droop boys get out of this one?
Find out next time on Troop Team 6.
Yeah,
Droop
right.
Fuck,
Troop Team 6 rule!
Troop Team 6.
All right.
Troop Team.
I'm gonna have to change the chat to that now.
Yeah, anyway, go watch Booj's podcast. That isn't actually his, it's Lex's, but Booj is on it like indeterminately now. And
I think I'm only on for another week.
And we'll see you guys next week on Droop Team 6, whatever it was that we decided to name it.